Hello, everyone! Welcome back to another session of AllFunNDice. This is session 31. Fantastic. Crazy that they were this far in already. We are going to be down 2 players. Our wonderful Knack and Bree will be gone this evening. They have some prior commitments that they had to honor. But luckily, we still have us as a group, and we're going to continue on through this really interesting journey that our wonderful Undertones have found themselves in. With that, I don't believe we have anything specific that we need to announce before.
I'm not Knack.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Fair. Rachel is sitting underneath the Knack, or above the Knack nameplate, but she is in fact Eerie.
Yeah.
You could be Knack all session if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but I am Pippin.
But you can just look like him, and then it's still technically correct.
Gray a little bit more space, because somehow he always ends up with only half of his face in the frame.
It's true.
So,
Yeah.
that's why.
But just so everyone knows, Eerie is still Eerie. Eerie is not Knack.
Yes.
I'm Pippin.
Thank you.
And I'm Gray.
Chose.
And I'm Lonan. And I say like I'm Knack.
Okay, guys, and with that, we'll just jump straight into tonight's session. Woo! Finally back on the Gift of Variety, with Lunar's small fleet rising into the endless sky, the Undertons set off to evade capture and death. The chase was on, as our party tried to outfly the speediest of the trio of airships, but they were too slow. Luckily, Eerie, Pippin, and Bree expertly manned the cannons, managing to take down the enemies with precision shots. For their own safety, and to try to get away from Linmur and his goons, Gift of Variety soared into an oncoming storm as our party finally slept after their disastrous day. They were woken by a terrible crash, as the storm had worsened and threatened to take them down. Our heroes did everything they could, tying down ropes and knots, using their magics to predict and safeguard the ship. But it was all for naught, as the final bolt of lightning hit, and they were all hit by this devastating explosion, only to awaken their hammocks again and again and again. The Undertons have found themselves in some strange time loop, unsure how to break free. Eventually, our wonderful divines, Gray and Knack, managed to use their senses to sense a celestial energy outside the ship, and Pippin's brilliant mind sent him and Gray, flying off the edge, outside of the storm in the strange loop, and they managed to land in safety. Bree, however, had a different idea. Yelling out into the storm, commanding it to stop, she was surrounded by eyes from all sides, watching, angry. They all managed to get off the ship eventually, except for Knack and Lonan, who, upon Bree stabbing the earth that was once again eyes, stopped the time loop altogether, sending Gift of Variety crashing to the ground. We pick up tonight's session with a voice inside Gray's head, as the rest of our party had fallen unconscious by some strange force, possibly eyes all around them. And Gray heard a laugh, a familiar laugh, of his god.
Ooh.
You will not take my host. So Gray, you were alone in this strange place. Gift of Variety, you can see the strange fog and darkness that has surrounded you in the area has actually now encompassed, and you can't see even up to the airship at this point. You can only see
the airship fell.
It did.
Yeah.
But you can't see above, up into that area of space anymore. It has now encompassed almost this dome. But you can see off in the distance, eyes still open on the ground. You are currently standing on one, staring at you. You're on the dark black iris. You can see the Gift of Variety smashed to pieces on the ground, and you can see the bodies of some familiar forms. Like you can see distinctly like a Kano and his children, and you can see Knack's coppery beard kind of just limp on the deck.
Whew. I'm gonna tippy toe off of the iris.
Okay.
I feel it's weird standing on an eye.
Even
Is it
as
like
you
slime?
move, you can see the eyes slowly closing. Yeah.
Who's the closest body to me?
The closest body to you would be Bree, and you can see the dagger that Bree had is kind of still clutched in her hand as it stabbed into the earth.
Can I
Or the eye.
try to pull her hand off of the dagger?
Yes, her hand isn't really good.
Oh, okay.
It's clear that she's not dead, and it's
Okay.
not rigor mortis. It's
Okay.
very clear that you can just
Very-
pull
very
her hand away from the dagger.
I guess I'll just try to gather up all the bodies into one area, not in an eye.
Okay.
preferably.
We'll roll a survival check to see if you can find an area
Okay.
that is eye free, and then I'm gonna have you roll an athletics check just to for some timing to see how long it takes you to go through the strange ruins of
Okay.
Gift of Variety.
Survival check is an 18.
18. So it is hard. You do notice that most of the ridges are eyes, which you know now as they had all stared deep into you. And they give you that weird, nauseating sleep feeling
Yeah.
that you managed to overcome. But you do manage to find a small divot
Okay.
where you can
Big enough.
they're kind of layered a little bit. They're not stacked on top of each other. All your friends. But we're rolling athletics to see how well you do.
Also, I'll look for Pippin's body first,
Okay.
and I'll try to put a point of lay on hands into him,
Okay.
see if he wakes up.
So you put 1 point in, and you can see the small jolt of black lightning kind of pulse into him. You can see his arm where you were touching kind of flail with response, but you can see that he is very clearly
Still
sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, and I'm not even going to make you roll with your medical knowledge as first roll athletics, but as the group around you, Eerie, Bree, and Pippin, you can very clearly see that they are just in some form of deep sleep.
Okay. The athletics was a 19.
19. So you very easily maneuver Gift of Variety and find the whole crew miraculously unharmed or with very minor injuries. Lonan does have a few small scrapes and bruises, and it looks like one of Knack's eyes is swollen shut.
Could I also summon my steed for maybe help? Maybe put some bodies on there as help traveling?
Yes, you can. But while summoning your steed this time, you feel the presence of the rift that generally opens. But instead of it opening on the ground, you must feel like a tearing in your chest as the horse steps out from within you.
Did you name your magic horse?
Vigilant.
Vigilance.
Vigilance?
Vigilance.
Vigilance or vigilant?
I like vigilance.
I like vigilance too.
Vigilance, the horse,
Yeah.
the demon horse.
Vigilance, the demon steed.
Cool.
I like that.
And so Vigilance, as you can feel almost like a joy as Vigilance steps out of your body. You haven't seen Vigilance in a very long time,
Yeah.
since the Plane of Air.
It's been since we did the 2 bags together and came here.
Yeah.
I think.
Vigilance kind of just got left on the material plane. Luckily, in an interdimensional horse. Yeah,
Perfect.
giant,
Yep.
slightly flaming horse.
He's inside of me.
Yeah, always.
That
But with
sounds like it hurt.
the help of Vigilance, you were able to collect up the slightly harmed bodies that were amongst Gift of Variety.
Mhm.
But luckily, all of them seem to be in the same sort of deep sleep, other than the small minor injuries that they have.
Mhm.
It takes you a little bit of time. You really don't have any sense of how long it takes. But roll me a perception check towards the end. Who would be the last body that you go for?
Whoever was the furthest away.
It
So
would
the
have been-
last 2 on the ship.
It would probably would have been Lockie Mel then, because he was in
Okay.
the engine room.
Okay.
I know I'm unconscious. I'm just trying to imagine this. Is the ship destroyed? Like it fell and hit the
It's
ground?
not completely smashed. It looks like the bottom of the hull has been pretty destroyed, and there
Yeah.
is contents of the Gift of Variety, all their cargo,
Yeah.
is strewn around.
Like it
not
got
s-
T-boned.
It's all messy.
No, not like it's been T-boned. Like it crashed into the ground and it
Oh.
burst
Like
from the
destroyed.
bottom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Like, right
all our
through,
stuff is
smashed.
everywhere.
All of
Yeah.
their crystals.
Imagine a tomato
Yay.
falling,
The
slightly too ripe and smashing, but only the bottom smashed out and
Oh.
spread. The juices are the cargo.
Where your egg?
My egg.
I rolled an egg.
Oh.
A 9. So as you're doing this, you managed to get Lockie Mel's body out. It was a bit harder because he was a bit deeper down. But with a 9, you do not see this until they exit the mist. But you see 3 figures, tall and menacing, almost ghostly in appearance from the distance that you see them. They're now stepping out of the mist. I'll give you. You can do something before I will further describe them.
I will summon my glaive, and
Okay.
I will say, "Who are you?"
Who goes there?
Yes.
And I'm imagining you say that in Orin, as is
Yes.
typical for the
Yeah.
plane of air. Okay, I'm just confirming. So, as they get closer, you can actually see them draw some sort of strange... You can imagine their weapons. They look like clubs with long juts of something, almost like nails. But you can't tell what material they would be. You haven't actually seen a lot of metal other than with the Sinates on the plane of air. And with the... what are they called? Voxelgeth. You've seen
Voxelgeth.
metals there, but you haven't seen them with the Aarakocra or with the Naipan. Yep, I know the name of my race. Of the Naipan very much.
Okay.
So you see them draw these strange weapons as you call out. And they kind of just come slowly forward towards you. And as they get closer, you can see that they are, easily, you can identify them as very pale, very large Simites. None of them appear to have wings. Very gorilla-like in nature, but instead of their typical dark black skin and black fur, they have very pale white faces and almost like pinky red eyes and silvery colored fur as they walk towards you. And they're wearing very simple clothing, almost like tattered loins would be how I would describe it.
As I get closer, I'll just kind of like communicate telepathically a message to my horse.
Okay.
Drop off the bodies with the rest,
Okay.
and then come back.
And so are you going to be approaching or are you staying at Gift of Variety?
I'm going to keep my distance, and I'm still going to not take like a attacky stance or anything,
Okay.
but be cautious. I'm going to stay vigilant, of course.
Of course.
And I'm just going to kind of see what their reaction is coming towards me. Do I see that they're like preparing to fight me or battle?
They
or
have-
do they just look calm and collected?
They look like they are being careful, for sure. You can tell that very easily. They look like they have a bit lower of a stance, very battle ready, but you can't really tell their intentions from this distance.
So I'll mirror their reaction.
Okay. So as they get closer, you'll see clearly on the front one, who's slightly larger than the rest, and you can see now close enough that they have quite a few scars along their face, almost like a scratch of some sort. And you can see that they kind of have... roll insight, and you can see what you can tell.
4.
4. They have a strange look on their face, but you can't identify what. And as they approach, you're awake.
Yes. Who are you?
Drop your weapon.
No, you.
Oh, you're gonna speak to us like that here.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I am Gray Prodmore. A human. As I point my glaive.
The hell is a human?
Different plane, I'm sorry.
Different plane. Those words make no sense, but you speak.
Orin,
The-
yes?
Yes.
I
Are
meant,
you alone here?
no. Our crew and my companions are all unconscious, and I don't know why.
Well, of course. It was meant to be that they were unconscious. You were supposed to be unconscious.
My God.
No one's been awake when we've been summoned before.
Summoned?
Yes.
What do you mean summoned?
Well, the great Wezo Goski summoned me here.
How do you spell that?
Wezo Goski. Wezo is W-A-E-Z-O. Goski is G-A-E-H-H-S-K-I-I.
Oh my
I could barely
Wait,
even say
S-K-
I.
Jeez.
Goski. Wezo Goski.
I'm not gonna try to say that.
It's actually very simple.
Nope.
It is.
I have to check my notes for the first week.
Wezo Goski.
Yeah, I don't have the right shaped mouth to make that sound.
You do speak Orin.
You don't say.
So, the great. Now drop your weapon, and we won't hurt you.
What will you do with my companions?
Well,
Are you going to kill us, or?
oh, there's no point in being lying to you. We were We don't kill you. You're already asleep. We just take your things and drop you off. You are just repay. Repay Proudmoore.
Repay Proudmoore? I was also curious. I was just thinking, did I ever get a message back from the ring?
Did you say that?
I sent that when we were getting chased away.
You went to bed, so you're not sure. Nothing has happened yet.
Okay.
But a lot has happened since then.
Okay.
Yeah. But not currently. You don't currently have a response from the ring yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Well, it's supposed to be important that you're awake.
yes, my goddess kept me awake.
Your goddess?
Yes.
Who is your god?
The decrepit.
That is not a god's name.
Yes.
Wezogoski is the name of a god.
We've already been on the back of one god here.
Well, you're inside another. This is important. Put your weapon down and come with us.
I'll just
We must speak to the chief.
I'll return my glaive to Smoke and Cloud.
Cool.
And the two of them, the one in front will still have their weapons out. But the other two, because there's three of them, will put their weapons away when you dismiss yours. Now come with us.
And what of my companions?
Oh, these two look at them, and you. That creature. What is that creature?
That's
And
my.
they're pointing to vigilance.
That is my trusty steed.
Steed.
He's
Is
always
that
vigilant.
a Pegasus? It has no wings. Is it deformed?
No, this is normal from our plane. It's
You keep speaking of planes that don't
yes.
know what you mean. We must speak to the chief. Come with us.
I feel
They
like
will
we
collect
should.
the rest.
I'm gonna telepathically give instructions and just be like, let me know if anything happens to them,
Okay.
and then send me a distress signal.
Okay. So you will follow the strange, large gorilla-like semate,
Yes.
and they will lead you through the mist. And you can actually see that fairly quickly. Vigilance and the other group, the other two semates, will catch up to you fairly quickly because you guys aren't moving super quickly.
Okay.
But there's like a pile of your friends on the back of Vigilance and a couple more in their arms. I think there is 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 of you guys in total. other
On
than
the
you.
back of Vigilance?
No, there's like 5 on the back of it.
Well, he is a
okay.
strong.
Vigilance
I
is
was like,
large.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, you guys are like tied on
Yeah.
with some strange like slick rope.
Yeah. Well,
Pippin's
Pippin's only like 98 pounds.
Well, that was unconscious. So as Gray, you were led out, and you were led through the mist. Eventually, before you, you see what looks like large pillars appear in front of you. And once you can see the pillars, you can. It's almost your eyes take a minute to adjust. You didn't realize you were in such dark conditions before. As you can finally see that the light of the endless sky blaring back out from you from beyond these strange, unseeable pillars, like unknowable pillars. Like looking up, you can't see where they end. Like they kind of
Okay.
disappear into the darkness.
Wow. So where is your chief?
Our chief, well, in the belly.
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we're inside of Wazo.
Goski.
Goski.
Yes, Goski.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Winslow Goski.
Okay.
Yes.
So where is the belly?
The
Is it?
belly. Well, it's underneath. Do you not know how anatomy works? The belly is underneath the creature.
And what
The
is
god, in a
this?
sense.
What is this god
It's
exactly?
a wonderful god. They provide for us.
I've seen the turtle, but what is this
Whale.
one? Whale.
Well, if I had to describe it, I would say it's some sort of luring fish.
Oh.
Yes. We don't really have the terms for it. No, it's not necessary.
Okay.
Yes. But
But
follow.
a sea creature.
Well, what is
Well,
a sea?
Fish. Yes.
Yes. A skyfish.
Skyfish.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, follow us. Follow us. And I'm
Do I
concerned.
notice
this...
other Simites or anyone?
No, as of right now, as you approach closer to the large pillars, which roll a quick perception check for me.
11.
As you get closer, you can actually tell they look like almost a ivory color.
Oh.
You can infer that they are some sort of large teeth shooting up and across in either direction. And you can imagine that you are now at the mouth of this strange god.
Okay.
So as you get closer, the Simate in front, the larger one, who with the scars, will turn to you and be like, "I'm worried about your steed. I don't think they'll fit on the raft."
Raft.
Well, yes.
Oh.
We don't have much need for large maneuvering.
Well, I mean, he can wait here for us. If, that'd be okay. I mean, if he's too big for the raft, that's okay.
I cannot speak for Wezogoski, but if you're willing to risk it,
Is he gonna eat him?
well, it's not really what Wezogoski does, but
Alright, I'm just gonna pat Vigilance and I'm just gonna be like, alright, boy. I'm gonna have to send you back now.
okay.
Does he crawl back? Where does he go?
Oh, so he disappears. As you're patting him on the head, I imagine this is after you unload your friend, onto the small, weird, kind of like carved dinghy that has propellers attached to the front and back. It looks very rudimentary. And actually, you can see it has like cranks
Okay.
that it appears that they have to like spin in order for the
Right.
propellers to work and for them to fly.
Okay.
But you can after they're unloaded, everybody's in the raft. You put your hand on Vigilance's head, and you can actually feel like a little tug as Vigilance like it's pulled into as smoke into your body again.
Nice.
You were special indeed.
Yes.
We must go speak with the chief quickly. And I guess we must wake up your compatriots to ask if they're special too. But
Oh, does it matter if we're special?
well, yes. If Wezogoski chose you for a reason, then we can't pillage your body and your ship.
Oh, yes, wake them all up. We should wake everybody up.
Well,
Yep.
we shall do our best. And the two Simates will start turning their
Okay.
big levers and spinning the propeller up top. As you descend, and you can see almost this ginormous black, fishy, scaly skin appear above you, and you get a better form of what this anglerfish is.
Ooh.
And you can see as you back up and go underneath, you can see a large, menacing jaw, like forever slack-jawed, slightly open, with its disgustingly large teeth almost jutting out. And above it, you can see a small, thin line of dark, tarnishing the sky. And at the end, it almost looks like a sun, something you haven't seen in the plane of air yet.
Cool.
But you can imagine its lure of sorts.
Okay.
And you can see around the small sun, it almost appears like clouds are swirling around it. So as you get that big form, the ship pulls out the dinghy and then goes under.
Okay.
As again, all around you below the sky is still present, slight clouds dotting the sky, but above you is just the black, scaly skin of Wezogoski. But as you continue forward, you can see slightly off in the distance, actually not very far from the mouth it appears, you can see almost like a platform. That looks small at first, but as you get closer you can see it's almost probably the size of a small village that is somehow secured to the underside of this great god. And that is where you guys are headed right now.
Cool.
I can't believe you have a village there.
What else would we do? Goski provides us everything we need. Without Goski's flora, we would not be able to eat.
Gross.
I think we should try to wake our companions up soon.
Once we can ask the chieftain right away when we
Okay.
get there. So as you approach,
Do you get many visitors? Or chosen ones here?
none that are awake, not like you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's just continue forward. Let's just continue.
I'm scratching.
As you dock, you can see that this platform, it looks like, again, a strange wood analog. Very patchwork. It looks like it's made of a lot of different components. You can see a similar wicker material in some spots, like it's similar to Aarakocra ships you've seen in the past.
Okay.
You can see metal pieces and you can see wood all patched together to create this large platform that is suspended by almost looks like really thick, dense rope
Okay.
that is connecting to the top of this god. As you guys dock, small hovels, they're nothing special. They're almost more similar to just like a mud house with like a thatch roof. It's like very, very simple buildings. But you can see milling around more of these almost very identical looking silvery white gorillas, Simates, walking around in their very basic cloths. Some of them look to be tending strange large mushrooms that are growing not from the platform but down from the belly.
Okay.
Cool.
And they seem to be tending and taking things from it and cutting it and cooking it around small fires. As you guys are brought with, of course, the dinghy is being like pulled behind you by the two Simates with all of your friends in it. Towards the larger of the huts. It looks like it may have a second story to it. As the Simate turns to you. Wait a moment. We'll get the draught. As they run in. And after a moment, comes out and hands you a vial. And it looks like almost like a pitcher that only the bottom is filled with a very foul-smelling brown liquid. Yeah.
What is this?
Feed this to your companions, but we are low on supplies currently. There's only enough for 3.
Ooh, okay. I'll feed the first one to.
Did those other monkeys carry us all down?
They pulled the dinghy.
No, like our bodies.
Yeah, they pulled the dinghy. Your body's on the
Oh,
dinghy.
yeah. Because he
It's
got
like a
off the steed, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll wake up Pippin first.
Okay, so Pippin, you awaken to a disgusting taste of rotting flesh in like fish oil in the back of your throat.
Oh, gross.
What does it taste like?
Really fishy and stinky.
And looking up, you can see nothing but blackness. But that is illuminated
I'm
by...
gonna like grab Gray. Gray, where are we?
Well, I think
What happened?
I think we're in a fish, an angler fish. God,
No, I think we were inside another one of those whales.
no, that's what I thought too. That's where they got me. But let me tell you more. Who should we make drink this with next?
Okay, let me sit up. Ugh.
And looking around, you inside of a small boat that looks like to be carved out of... Now that you've seen them, it looks like to be carved out of one of the stalks of these large mushrooms
Oh,
that grows down. But you're sitting inside of a boat, surrounded by all these mushrooms in like mud and thatch hovels, with unconscious friends around you and only Gray,
Is
and a bunch of silver gray Simate people kind of milling around. You can see some of them like glancing over, but as soon as one catches your eye, they kind of turn and keep like
Is
doing what they're
Akana
doing.
and his family unconscious as well?
Yes.
Oh God, I can't get the taste out of my mouth. It like kind of coats the whole inside of your mouth.
it smells terrible.
Oh, I need to like wash it down with something. Okay.
I don't know what you're gonna be drinking. Here, then.
Okay. Oh, look, it's Lonan.
Oh,
Look how sweet he is when he sleeps.
Alright.
I think we should wake him up next.
I think we too. I'll pour it down his mouth.
Here,
And
I'll,
you get
I'll
that
hold his
same
mouth open.
disgusting. You get the same
So just like-
disgusting taste.
Dear, what's that smell? And then like just like the hint of like the fish, but I kind of like enjoy it because like it's been a while since we've had meat. Like,
Yeah, you
been
haven't had,
eating-
like, good-
We've been eating corn and stuff, so I'm kind of just like, what's it? Taste?
We all have like really low iron.
Yeah, quite on. But what are we?
We're in the belly of a beast. I mean, God.
We're on the underside of a god.
So looking around, like everyone. So I have Gray in front of me, and I have Pippin in front of me,
And they're
like,
both
everyone's
sitting.
just passed out.
You and Pippin are in the boat. Everybody else is passed out in the boat around you. Gray is outside of the boat. Around you are
Does
like weird thatched mud hovels.
Here's a question.
Same as I described before.
I wake up. Does it look like like we're in like a battle scene almost, and like everyone's just unconscious, or like everyone like peacefully sleeping?
Everybody looks like they're sleeping. You can see Knack. It looks like he got punched in the face. And looking at your own arms, you can see like splinters and scratches all over them.
All right.
But looking around, you can actually see like very quickly see that any civilian Simates you see aren't like
They're
not
hostile.
like as soon as they catch your eye, they turn and continue doing
Okay.
either their whatever farming they're doing, or cooking, weaving, or whatever like day-to-day work they're
So
doing.
as I wake up, I go to reach for an arrow, and I go to reach for my bow, and then I realize that like things are just seem a little bit calm.
And you do still have both of those things.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of just put them away temporarily.
Great. How did you get here? What happened?
What seems to be going on here? Greg?
Well, if my memory serves correct, so everybody came. Well, we were on the floor, and then the eye got stabbed,
Yeah, by Bree.
and then the ship fell down, and then everybody fell asleep. Apparently, everyone just went unconscious, and I got
You too?
no, actually, I got my god helped me out there.
Oh yeah, I always forget you're a paladin.
So
Yeah.
does that mean the ship is okay then?
Oh yeah.
No, the ship was destroyed.
Oh no.
Does
It
Akano
came-
know? And I'm gonna run up to Akano. Akano.
Oh,
Akano.
he's unconscious too. We can wake up one more person, I think.
Well,
With
I
Probably
think we should.
Eerie.
I think we should wake up Huila.
I don't know if that would be a good idea.
You're right. Erie's probably better.
I'm
Akano though?
looking around. Like, can I see? We are allowed like with like the egg.
I'll roll a perception check.
7.
Yeah, it was pretty low. You can see the distinct pregnant belly of Wheela, but she's not pregnant, so you can recognize that the egg is there.
I know that you want to wake up Eerie, and as much as help as somebody else would be here to help us out, I would like to know possibly if we can maybe wake up Akano or somebody from their family, just in case they might know a little bit something about what's going on here.
Well, we're talking to the village chief.
Yeah, why don't we
soon.
just save this last shot?
And you, as you turn, this is behind your backs. I'm great. You can see them, but you didn't realize they approached. It is a small, like very juvenile-looking, very sparse fur on their skin, on their very pale skin. Let's say a gorilla, Simate, of course. The chief wants to see you now. Pari,
One moment.
no.
Maybe we should.
Great,
go-
just
I'm
give
gonna
us somebody.
switch to common. Do we attack these guys?
I don't think so.
I think we died.
Let's save this last potion. Just put it in the, here. Put it in the bag. Hold it.
I'll just do that.
It's in a big picture.
Oh, I
Pippin's more weight
Here,
than he's
here.
ever
I'll take a little vial and open it. Put it in here.
Does it transfer to the vial?
Can I-
been. Yeah, very easily.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, what are the chunks in there?
And then I'm going to whisper to Pippin, before giving it to anybody else, perhaps you can take a look at it. Perhaps you can take a look at it to find out what's going on. Perhaps maybe you can, if that's able to wake us up out of a pure sleep,
Yeah,
could you
maybe I could duplicate it.
Pari, hurry now.
yes, we are coming.
Follow
Don't worry.
me.
Onwards.
Okay, everyone on a high alert. Okay, best
Yes.
performance.
Stay vigilant.
All right. Oh
Alright.
gosh.
Yes, now be on your best behavior.
Do I have time?
Weird.
We're
Pari,
humans.
Proudmoore.
Yes.
Are they all humans?
Yes.
I am half elf, half dwarf.
Those words mean nothing.
We are humans.
Okay.
humanoid.
Pari humans, be on your best behavior for our chief. Fwozo Oksha.
Fwozo.
F-W-O
I don't have to spell it.
Z-O-E
I'm just gonna spell it how I want.
O-E-H-K-S-H-A.
Fwozo.
Oksha.
Oh,
Fwozo Oksha.
oh.
I assume you know the greetings.
No, please teach us the greetings.
Well, I just told you, Fwozo Oksha,
That's the honorific.
and then you
Fwozo.
bow.
What kind of
Yes.
bow? Can you show us the bow?
and they'll like prostrate.
Can I do like a curtsy like this? Is this okay?
Well, I don't know what humans do, but I guess that's okay.
Okay, lead the way, Paige.
That's not my name.
I just thought that was your rank. Sorry. Lonan, you're better at talking to fancy people.
It's okay. Just
Well,
leave it
follow
be.
me. Let's go. And they kind of like march, and you can tell by the way they're talking and the way they're walking is they're like really young.
Okay.
And it's gonna go on forward. And you guys are led inside this 2-story thatched building. As soon as you walk in, it's not very impressive on the inside. There are some very clear tables. The flooring is different. It looks like it's some sort of furs or skins are covering the ground, very tribal in nature.
I wanted to take a minute and actually while they're like walking about to like walk away and follow them, I wanted to quickly run over and grab my egg from Willow's like grasp.
I will let you do that before you guys have left.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're talking and I'm just like looking behind, like trying to put it in like in my protection if I can.
Yep, you could totally do
Yeah.
that as the small child
Yeah.
was giving you the rundown.
Okay.
So you guys are led inside the building, and it's not really a raised dais, but it's more of either an altar or a desk that's or a almost like maybe a battle map area, a large table where only one very large Semate is standing, and they look very similar to the rest of them, same pale white skin and silvery fur, but this one has very clear markings on their shoulder of black, which is a very different color than you've seen from the rest of them.
And no weapons. They're not like holding.
They're not holding any weapons, but you guys can roll perception for me if you want to investigate the room for danger.
I'm mainly just looking to see if like anybody looks aggressive.
No, of course.
Not bad, not bad. Ooh, natural 1.
19.
Hey.
Okay, so Lonan is the only one. You're the
Yeah,
only one who
I
asked,
don't really-
anyways.
I don't really care.
Can I
So-
be like brushing my teeth?
So
No.
I'm more concerned about people like being concerned about my egg. Like I'm not really concerned about. I want to know if anybody's holding spears, but I also
Yep.
want to know if anybody's like awkwardly looking at me because obviously you can tell that I have an egg or some sort of something's in my stomach.
Yeah.
So
Just
I
like
don't have like any eyes on me of like they're looking at me.
The
awkwardly.
large Semate actually has not looked up yet
Okay.
as you guys have approached. And you can see though, and you didn't recognize before, there's some crude tapestries. They almost look like very assorted looks to them. They don't look like they were made by one specific people, and they look like they've all been damaged in some way, or hung around the walls. And you can see that's kind of almost lost in them a little bit is you would say maybe 3 or 4 from what you see other Semate silhouettes
Okay.
standing in them, and you can imagine there's some sort of guard. But the large Semate has not looked up yet. Eventually, the small child will raise up both hands behind them, gesturing for you guys to stop. And they'll clear their throat. Fwozo Oksha. They're here now. And they'll bow.
I'll bow.
And then I'll lean over and bow.
Yeah. Well, there's no need to do any of that. Hari.
Sorry.
Stand up. There's no reason to do any of that.
Does he
Alright.
look familiar?
He?
Yeah. Do they look familiar?
You don't recognize them
Okay.
at all.
Hello. Hello, Fozo.
Wozo Oksha.
Oh,
To you, Hari.
What's
Now, what are your names?
Pari. Okay, I'll say in common quickly. Pari is like some sort of honorific they use to say outsider. I haven't figured it out yet.
Outsider.
We're outsiders, I think. I don't know.
In
Look.
common, I think that's right.
Yeah, we're talking in common right now. They can't understand us, but he looks really irritated.
Sorry.
Lonan, you got this.
Are these your
Uh,
names?
My name is Lonan. This is my friend and companion Pippin, and another companion of mine, Gray. Nice to meet you, Boza Oksha.
Hari Lonan, Hari Pippin, and Pazo Gray. It is a joy to meet you, but
Yes.
I'm understanding there are more of you here.
There
I
is.
apologize for our lack of supplies. We've not had many opportunities to gather resources recently. But I think that's why you were given to us by the gracious Weizo Goshki.
As you can tell, we've appeared here out of nowhere and just randomly. And you mentioned that you don't have many guests.
Oh, you didn't appear out of nowhere. You were lured here by the storm.
Oh.
See, we were kind of forced into the storm where we were being attacked by.
No, forced. You chose. Everybody chooses. Oh, but you can think what you want. Pari, Lonan. It is no bother to me. What matters is Hazo Gray. You were not put to sleep by Weizo Goski. That is a feat that no one outside the tribe has managed, to my knowledge, at all.
Yes. Maybe I just got lucky.
Ooh, luck has nothing to do with it. I'm surprised you even made it out of the cycles.
Does that make him like your new chief? Because he survived the...
Watch your tongue there.
Oh, sorry.
Pippin.
Sorry, Fuozo. Fuozo Oksha.
Thank you. It is good to know your honorifics. You're not from around here. I've never even heard of a human before. But it does no matter. You were sent here for a reason, and I think I'm going to send you on that reason.
What was the reason for Oksha?
We have lost someone important to us. Weizo Goski took her from us.
Weizo Goski, you mentioned?
Weizo the god, the
Weizo
giant
Goski.
anglerfish.
Yes.
The god. The only important one, at least.
We met another one once, Weizo Bulera.
You mean Weiri Bulera?
No.
There's only one Weizo. And that is Goski.
Well, they called him Weizo Bulera.
Oh, well, they're blasphemers and heathens.
Okay. Sorry, you lost somebody?
Yes. I think it will be important to explain. You guys will have to descend once again into one of the cycles to help us, but...
What's that mean?
Well, I will explain.
Okay, go ahead.
Weizo Goski is a god of many things, one of which is suffering and pain, age and time and death, but also of prosperity and gifts. We, the Goskian, and she'll gesture kind of just around the room and to herself, are keepers, and we gather resources from those caught in cycles within Goski, Weizo Goski themselves.
So, like, the anglerfish eats ships, and then you steal the stuff in the ships?
Oh, well, we don't steal anything.
Is it given to you, I'm assuming?
Yes, we send our scavengers in.
What happens to the people that are in the ships?
Oh, well, eventually Goski is finished with them, and normally it has been many, many cycles since they began, and then they let them go, and they fall, and they age to dust, and then they're gone, and it's no problem, and there's no worries at all.
You don't turn them into that fish concoction.
Oh, no, that is from one of the many fungus and flora that grow
Okay,
and
very
give
good.
us life and energy.
We have been looking for a little bit more than that because we have to...
Yeah, our ship is kind of broken now.
Yes, I had been told by the scouts.
So...
Is there perhaps any utilities that the god has eaten that we could use to repair the ship? Or...
Well...
You know, the other monkey people we've seen on Bulera were pretty crafty.
Well, we could say we're crafty, but I will be honest, we do not interact with much of our kin.
Do you guys does anybody travel away from?
Oh, from time to time, we do not force anyone to stay. It's
No, but anybody,
who would want to leave?
Any of the Gokski, do you guys ever leave this area? Or is it...
Not often. We
So
prefer the comforts of home.
Are there any other villages or tribes?
Along the fish.
There are smaller outposts, some individuals who prefer to be alone, hermits, you may say, but they are still part of the Goskian.
Is this like the biggest settlement?
Yes.
Okay.
We are looking to expand, but
I
we need to
guess
catch another one of those
our-
locks of gift ships first.
I guess our issue is that you want us to go do something for you, and we're kind of in a pinch right now because our airship is broken and our friends are unconscious. If we go find this missing lady, could you maybe... Do you have any airships we could have?
How about this? We are crafty, as you say. We could repair your ship as you descend into the cycles.
It's like inside the fish, though.
We can get it out. That's no problem.
Oh, it's like a big giant...
That is
Okay.
no issue to us here.
You seem like confident in your skills. I'm not going to
We can also just work within Wezogoshki themselves.
It won't digest you?
We wouldn't be caught in a cycle.
Before we get too ahead of
Cycle.
ourselves, the rest of our crew, over half to be fair, is still remaining unconscious. And I know that you've only handed us enough to basically wake up a few of them.
Yes.
Obviously, we'd like to see all of them awake and healthy. And
Sadly, that is all the drops of mindfulness that we have left at the moment.
how long does it take to make more? You see, my friend here is
Well,
quite versed.
that
in-
doesn't necessarily matter how long it'll take. You will go into the cycles and you'll appear out, and I'm sure plenty of time will pass.
No, we mean our friends that are unconscious right now, are they going to stay unconscious forever?
Until
Unless
the draught is brewed, yes.
So can we make more draught?
We're working on it now.
Oh.
So you're going to work on that while we're away?
Yes. Oh. Yes. Pazzo Gray, we cannot dishonor him like this.
Oh, yeah.
He was sent.
I'm
He was
saying
chosen.
Common. Gray's like really special to them or something.
Oh, okay.
Gray, use that. Try to get us some more stuff.
Yes.
I do not like this tongue you use.
Sorry, my RN isn't very good. Fuozo, Gosha, Goska.
We are more
The
than-
names are not that hard to say. It's
I'm
Oksha. It's Oksha.
I mispronounced it on purpose. I said I can't.
I'm going to interrupt him like Willie does. We are more than willing to help. We appreciate all that you've done, and in hopes that we can find something for you. Perhaps you can find our ship and work
Well,
your
we know
magic.
where your ship is. Do not worry.
Correct. So let's begin and find out exactly what we need to do for you. So who exactly are we looking for, or what are we looking for?
Well, our current Ryu and Suke is our greatest surveyor and scavenger that we had. She was always able to go into the cycles so easily. Was never in there long. A lot of the surveyors, and especially a lot of the scavengers, they age quickly because of the cycles. They spend much too long in them, and their bodies cannot handle it.
Oh.
But Ruin Suke. Ruin Suke. Ruin.
Ruyen.
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 Ruyen. Yep.
Suke.
Ruin Suke.
Ruyen Suke. Alright.
Yeah.
Not gonna try. Continue. Sorry, Fozo.
Do you mind if I ask a quick question? Now, you mentioned that aging during the cycles. You see, we were stuck in the cycle for quite some time. Is there any... Perhaps we're out there, we're traveling around, and we get stuck in the cycle again, and we managed to only find the escape by...
Yeah, how long were we in that cycle? Do I have like crow's feet now?
It was at least dozens of cycles that you were in there, I believe.
Dozens of cycles.
What's that mean? How many breaths?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not speaking to a Kana here. You're speaking to somebody completely different.
It's another monkey person. I thought they all kept the same time.
Why would I don't know, a billion breaths? I have no idea how to count my breaths. That's 3, I don't know.
Now, perhaps we get stuck in the cycle again. How would we break such cycle?
Well, you just have to get off. Most people don't think to jump. Their instincts are too strong. Their survival instincts are too strong.
The one thing is, if we do jump, the only reason why Pippin managed to survive, and same with... although I'm not too sure how you did survive.
I'm very...
Oh, I imagine mages of sorts.
I'm actually an alchemist. Mage is a common misconception.
Alchemist, I don't know that term.
It's okay.
Yeah, I assumed mages.
So your top scout, Ryuen Suke, got herself lost inside the belly of this big fish god, and you want us to go get her, and you'll fix her ship.
Yes,
And
if
wake
you're
up-
respectful.
And wake up our companions.
Hari.
And wake
of
up our
course.
friends. So my last question is, how do we? Okay, so we were caught in a cycle, like those time loops.
Yes.
Those happen inside the belly of your god,
Yes.
and
It's just how...
how are we gonna know a cycle when we see one?
Oh, well, once you're aware of the cycles, you will realize.
We'll see like a time loop happening, and we'll get it.
No, you might not be able to get out of it, but
Like, can we see one in front of us, or are we gonna get caught in one?
you'll have to enter one.
But will we know it's in front of us, or will we?
I don't know what you mean by in front of you.
Like, are we gonna accidentally stumble into one, or are we gonna see it from afar?
You cannot stumble into one. You have to ascend into one.
I don't understand. Are they in the air,
Yes, every single one.
like floating inside the stomach, so we can like walk along the base of the stomach, and then we'll
Yes,
see it float?
this is how you had returned. Oh, did you not tell them,
No, I did not.
Wezo? I mean, not
Wezo.
No, Hazo.
Are there multiple cycles going on at once?
Oh, yes. Hundreds.
Hundreds of cycles. Wow.
Many.
So,
It is how Wezogalski gets their power.
I suppose what you're saying is we get into the cycle, we need out, we jump, and then hope that we fall on some sort of soft surface,
Yes.
and that's how we escape the cycle. So we just have to be careful.
Oh, jumping is very dangerous.
Don't worry.
How did your scouts and your surveyors exit these?
Well, and they'll reach down underneath the table and pull out a really kind of really not. It doesn't look great. It looks very like cobbled together grappling gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will we use these? You fire it up towards the cycle, whether it be ship or island or mast or creature, whatever is stuck. And if you grapple onto it, you can just climb the rope, and you'll be in the cycle. Normally we climb back down, but you have limited time in order to get out.
Is there a way to stop a cycle?
Well, generally, when Wezogalski is finished eating, you could say, the cycle finishes.
Okay, so like when the people in there are all
But
sucked
we are
dry.
not quite sure how you finished the cycle so early.
What happens if we're in a cycle and then another group of something, I don't know exactly, would begin to cycle with us?
What
Perhaps-
do you mean?
Well, we entered the storm, you see, and the storm turned out to be...
Oh, the storm was a cover.
Right.
Wezogalski produces the storm.
Oh, so it's more like a bait. You produce the bait and then catch said bait and
Yes.
then eat... Ah.
And then like the cycle is like it digests.
Were you in a storm?
We
Oh,
were.
that was fascinating. It's not always a storm,
Oh,
So it can be anything.
but it could be many things.
oh no.
Ah. See,
Is there any? This
We-
seems.
we trusted our captain, but perhaps we shouldn't have.
Yeah, maybe we won't wake them up.
Well,
And we're like chuckling.
Just kidding, of course.
Sorry.
I love Akana. We've grown really close. There's been lots of off-screen bonding between me and him.
so there hasn't.
And I'm just like... and I'm like...
Sorry, Lonan. I mean, don't worry. I'm your Pippin.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Do you think if we're going into this this cycle to save her, can we be equipped with some of the equipment that you may have?
Oh, we only have what we scavenged. We don't really have much.
I think what we...
We repurpose most of the things. We don't really have to go in very often.
Like the grappling gun.
Oh, well, of course you
Oh.
can have the grappling gun.
Oh,
okay.
That's why I took it out,
Oh.
was for you to have it here.
Oh,
Is there only
okay.
one? Do we have to share?
Can we all
Oh,
go?
well, here, let me show you how to use it. And they'll fire it.
Ah,
And it kind of just hits the wall and dings off. And then after they fired, you can actually see that you hear a little click. And a little lever came out and they reel it back in.
Oh.
Hey, I wonder if you can use your boat, your special.
I was thinking that, yes.
What's the range on it?
I'm pretty sure it's 120 feet.
That's not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Let me see.
Doesn't that
120,
1 feet
yeah.
increase
Yeah,
the long
it's
range?
not enough. What?
Doesn't that 1 feet increase the long range?
No, 120 is for the for the
Oh.
tether vine,
Okay,
actual
okay.
vine.
Well, we don't know how they are. We'll have to go see.
Yeah,
They're
we'll
generally
just have to
quite
shoot.
high. This one is 400 feet of rope.
Oh.
400 feet.
It has a very dense coil
That's a lot
Sounds
of
on the
feet.
one
like
side.
All right. Well, thank you, Fuozo, Oksha.
Before we go, can I insight check to find out if they're not, they kind of seem like they're actually missing somebody and they're not just sending us into a cycle again?
Yeah, sure.
Can you Oh,
Oh no!
natural
Not
one.
Not one. You have no idea, but you do think you trust them.
Okay.
No.
Well, we're here to help, and we want our friends to be back and hopefully healthy. And so let's go and find your friend, and hopefully we can do that.
Our best scavenger.
Your
well,
best.
of luck.
Are you
Do
gonna?
you even know where you're going? Did I
No,
explain that part?
not
Are you?
well.
We're gonna go back into the mouth.
Yes. You're just gonna try to wander around and
No. Can your guys? Do you got a little dinghy that can fly us over to the mouth?
Yes, you're gonna be brought to it through one of the dinghies. We generally call them ships.
All right.
But
I don't know what
you
call them.
will be going to a very important cycle. It's been going on for a very long time, longer than most. I'm unsure why Uezo Geshki has not given it up yet, but it has been a marvel to the scavengers for a very long time. All of those who are chosen in a generation attempted at least once, or at least speak of attempting it, but no one has tried in ages other than Ryu and Tsuke. It is a large mountain.
A mountain
Yes.
inside.
Yes, it is an island.
Inside the fish.
Yeah.
How big is this fish?
Oh, huge. You're standing on it and you can't see the front or back. It's just black.
When we
So
were
their eyes
when
are
I
out.
grabbed the egg from Wheela, was it cold where we were? Was it pretty cold?
Where you are right now?
No. So I went to go grab the egg from her, and when I was there, I was kind of trying to find out
You only had a second. You just grabbed it.
okay, so
yeah.
we'll be able to tell how warm it is up there.
Oh, you get how warm it is outside.
Yeah, just in
Oh,
general.
it's just as warm as the plane of air, unless it's raining, is a sensible 74.
So it's not freezing
No.
cold or something like that. Okay.
Depends
No.
on the day.
Yeah, it depends on the weather, but right now, it actually is fairly you can tell that it's a pretty good setup. You can't really get a lot of weather
Yeah.
from underneath the fish.
We're in the
So it's pretty
Midwest
temperate.
of the plane of air.
No, there's no tornadoes.
Who looks the most? Because I rolled, even though I rolled that one, who looks the most trustworthy out of when I'm looking around?
I can't even see the faces of the guards.
So I guess just who I'm speaking to directly right now.
Yeah.
We just met these people.
And then so in common, Pippin,
Yeah.
I don't believe I can bring the egg with me.
Why not?
If we get into trouble, I don't want it to,
Why don't you put it inside the snow globe?
because it's cold inside there.
There's a fire in Vigil's cabin. You can just put it by the fire.
And then what happens if it hatches and Vitral's stuck there with his giant flying thing?
Then it'll probably pair bond with Vigil instead of you.
That's what I don't want to happen.
Do you want it to pair bond with one of these mean monkeys?
Who's to say that it's going to happen?
They have not been mean to you.
No, I've been speaking in common. You can't hear me.
I said that.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Who's to say that it doesn't? I mean, I guess you're correct that it could hatch at any moment.
I think.
Do you think it's going to be how?
Can I examine it? I want to see if I can tell.
I'm not going to take it out here.
Oh. Okay. Well. When we go
Why are
inside-
you speaking
Sorry.
in this strange tongue again?
Let's get
Sorry.
we are more than willing to stop right now. We're just kind of discussing.
Yeah. Can
Would you
get
like a
your-
guide?
Oh, is someone gonna come with us?
One of the scouts can lead you there. They will not come up.
Oh,
Oh, they'll just lead us to the teeth.
No, they will lead you to
the second.
the island.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't know where it is.
Can we have that little kid that was? Can he come with
I
us?
am not sending my son.
Oh, that's your son.
Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay.
Having children is necessary. There's nothing to
I agree.
congratulate.
Well, he looks like a big strong boy.
He's two. That's not what's
He's
said.
bigger than me. Okay, well, okay, well, are you guys gonna get the dinghy ready right now for us?
Oh, look.
Stop calling it a dinghy.
Sorry, I
The
don't know.
ship
The
will be
ship.
prepared. would you like us to lay down your friends in here? We can lay them on the skins.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
good.
much more appreciated than outside and
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah. I'll say in comment, we could just take that shit.
Enough
Stop.
of that language.
Why?
Would you like to wake up your friends?
Yes, sorry,
Then
my
respect
apologies.
me,
Bozo.
Pari.
Okay, we're gonna go stand outside of the tent now
I'm
once you
kidding.
get this stuff ready.
I was gonna be like, yeah, Pari.
As we walk,
Thank you, Pazzo.
I'm gonna let Gray keep talking, and I'm gonna be pulling Pippin by like the back of his cloak just to like get him out of that room.
So what exactly does this Pazzo mean? Is this like
Pazzo? Oh, do you not know?
I don't.
Would you like me to explain? You
Yes.
can speak with everybody a lot more
Oh,
clearly.
I agree.
So, us Simmates, it is a proud tradition. It came from the founders, the people who first came to this plane of air, who were first born here. We are unsure. But it has been gone back many generations. I believe that other Simmates speak it as well. I am unsure, though. It is there's two terms, the beginning and the end.
Oh.
The end signifies Zo, greater, and Ri, lesser. For example, Wezo Goski is the great god. Wo is godly. You don't use it for anyone else. Well, this Wori Bulera you mentioned is lesser god, not as important.
I see.
And there are many honorifics. Ha means other, outside, strange, many different things.
the great-
Flo, you were a greater stranger.
I'm a
You
greater,
were
and they're the
important.
lesser strangers. I
Yes,
see.
they had slept. You had stayed awake. You were the chosen.
I
But
am pretty great.
Flo means it can be many things, but Flo in my sense means leader.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. I mean, especially with the honorifics and the differences in there, that's very interesting, and I should apply that to my
If you would like.
conversations in the future.
I can tell you some. I can tell you some of the other honorifics if you're interested. But here, you should take the grappling gun,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you should go.
Thank you.
We're not allowed to talk, but he teaches them their whole language.
You guys kept like whispering in a different tongue.
You are
Yeah.
lesser.
Yeah, we're
They
not-
do respect Gray a lot more.
Yeah, he's the chosen one.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'm pretty.
And they'll bow to you like a small bow.
And I'll bow back, and I'll just say, "Thank you very much, Ferozo Oakshaw."
Thank you.
You said it, yeah. It was close. And as you exit, you guys have already been outside, so I'll let you guys have a moment of or whatever. Pippin
Lonan,
or-
I hate when you interrupt me. I'm just kidding.
Pippin, you gotta be more careful with people like this. You don't
I
know.
know. I always say that you should talk, and then I just can't stop myself.
Trust me.
And honestly, I'm so bad at talking to people that are like all fancy and formal.
You don't have to convince me, Pippin. I understand.
Yeah, you know.
And
I should just let you do all the talking.
Yeah, that'll be a lot easier in situations like
I just
this.
love to barge in.
Well,
Hey, Gray.
Hey. Oh, guess what I found out? You guys were lesser. I found out the naming scheme and everything, and apparently we're outsiders, but I'm a greater outsider, and you're lesser.
nice. Let's head out there, shall we? And let's go perhaps check on Akano. I think. How far away from where we were? Like, is it like a 10?
It was like literally a minute. You can actually
okay.
see a couple Simmates starting to grab the bodies of your friends.
Are they being
out of-
gentle, or they're just like...
like they're like grabbing their arms and legs and throwing them over their shoulder like firemen carry.
Are they actually doing
Yeah,
this?
and then like putting two under each arm.
What the-
So there's three of them walking.
Okay, so as soon as I see this, I'm just gonna run up as fast as I can. Oh, careful now, careful! And I'm
Why
gonna.
should we be careful?
They're our friends, you see, and we gotta.
Yes, we're not hurting them.
You're pulling Mac by his beard.
just grab them.
That's not his arm.
He's like holding like you'd hold a carrot, but
Yeah,
it's his
that's what I'm
hair.
picturing.
And he's like,
No, they're holding them. They don't look like they're being rough. They're just not being gentle.
Well, be careful with the smaller ones. They're very precious.
They're all small.
I suppose compared to you, yes.
Yes, we will be gentle with the winged ones. They're
So-
lucky.
Do you happen to know?
And you guys actually do notice that this is very easy to see that Eerie has turned back into regular Eerie form, a white-skinned, black-eyed Eerie.
Are they like preparing our other ship that we're taking?
It's the same ship.
Oh, they're just like. So, do you know which ship we'll be taking up there?
This one.
Ah, okay. Well, so let's get in. Gray, do you have a plan? I see that they handed you. Can I see the weapon around us?
If I'm not mistaken, you have. There were supposed to be 4 of you awake. That's how much draught we had left.
Do we want to wake up somebody else?
I think for now we're gonna possibly.
We're gonna save it.
Save it.
We
Actually, Pippin. Now that I think about it, perhaps we might need more help.
should we get Econo?
I don't know.
Is he gonna be like angry about these other Simmates?
I'm also kind of concerned that
Do you guys like other Simmates from other gods?
We don't see. And his nostrils will flare and kind of just like fire in his eyes. No other gods matter.
Okay, but are you like chummy with other Simmates?
The others, if they accept that Wezo Goski is the one most important.
Yeah, I don't
gods,
think we
they
should
should
wake
all-
up.
So should
That'd
we
be the last
perhaps?
person.
Who can help us the most?
Well, what I was thinking if one of us falls unconscious inside like one of these
Right.
season thingy cycles, we
Or-
can use the potion.
Okay, I was
that's-
curious. If we find the scout that we're looking for, what would happen if you drank the drought inside a cycle?
Why would you do that?
Would that kind of
Would
like?
it pop you out of it? Would you wake up?
Would you
You're
like?
not asleep inside of a cycle.
Well, you're not wrong.
I don't understand. The draught was to wake you up from Wezo Goski's manipulations.
Okay, so Wezo Goski put us to sleep.
Yes,
Of
I have
the
not seen
cycle.
anything like that in a very long time.
So within
One of
the
our friends stabbed one of the eyes.
Stabbed!
I don't know
Yeah.
about that. Actually,
She
we're not too
fell
sure.
on the eye.
We're not too sure if it was a stab or fall.
Stabbed.
Yeah, like she was wearing high heels.
You
And
are
she
lucky
stabbed.
Wezo Goski is so powerful and everlasting. That could have ended very poorly for all of you. No, I mean, if I'm not Preedmoor, I
Yes.
believe.
Proudmore.
Pazo Proudmoor here had not been awakened, you all would have been taken for your things and thrown
So what do
into
you guys
the
think?
skies.
We want to wake somebody up?
Once again, we're talking in common, I'm assuming, but I think it's probably a good idea to just do what you said and keep the vial on us. I wouldn't mind perhaps taking. The thing is, it seems that this vial only cures us from this. You know, if we're under some sort of hypnosis. So I don't know if keeping the vial and trying to reproduce it would be a good idea.
I could probably like reproduce it.
But do you think it would?
Eventually.
I don't know if we have time to speak about this, but perhaps we should keep it on. Gray, what do you think?
I
Keep it
think
for
we
now.
should keep it.
Alright, we are agreed.
We're all
Alright,
going to
take
agree?
us over on your dinghy.
We are ready then.
You mean my ship?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a beautiful.
Well, is everybody on?
Nope, let me. Alright, there we go.
I need someone else to paddle, as it were.
I can help.
Always
Me being
Gray.
Picasso.
Always Gray. So you, as well as the Simate, you guys just didn't ask him his name. You guys start paddling, and using the levers at either side of the boat as Lonan and Pippin kind of just sit inside this shallow.
Is it a short rest period to fly back around?
No, it's only like 20 minutes. Yeah.
I want to infuse an item.
No, not long enough. Sorry.
Alright. Lonan, we literally haven't had a rest, like a peaceful rest, since that ball night.
I know.
I'm like exhausted.
How many more feather falls thingies do you have? Just out of curiosity.
I have 2 more, but I can so I can basically use it on one use. I can use it on a whole bunch of people. with one
So
use.
it's not like it's a vial of per person.
No, I can use it on a group of 6 of us.
Let's make sure that whatever we do, I don't think we're going to be able to travel that far. I'm so confused how it's going to be when we get in there. Are we going to be traveling around on the ship the entire time?
Well, I shall lead you to
We're not
the
talking your
islands.
language.
You guys didn't say you were speaking
Oh,
common.
we didn't say we're speaking.
Yeah, you guys have to say you're speaking common.
Okay,
Sorry.
sorry.
I've just
I
been on
can-
the plane of air so long. I think an R.
You
That's
guys,
pretty much how it is,
you
yeah.
guys do default to Orin now.
Yeah, it
Your
makes
Orin
sense,
is
yeah.
very strong because even since you guys have gotten the grub implants,
Yeah.
it has been like a long
Yeah, that is.
long
It
time.
has been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, you were saying. Sorry.
Well, I will lead you to the islands.
Is there a way to preview the cycle that we're entering?
Well, no one's been able to exit the cycle before.
Are you going to stay there just in case we need to get out quickly?
Oh, what's your name, by the way?
I'm Shigirin.
Shigirin. What's your honorific?
Well, to you?
Yeah. What do I call you, Shigirin?
Phazo,
Shigirin, alright.
if you insist, but does that mean anything to you?
Well, I'm just trying to immerse myself in your culture.
Well,
So
Phase-
considering you're a captain, you're gonna stay there with the ship while we head in.
No, I am going to be leading you inside of Wazogoski.
And then leave.
Are you gonna fly the ship inside the fish?
No, it does not work there. We need the air currents in order to keep us afloat.
So, I'm trying to make a game plan. If I had a chalkboard, I would draw it. But,
What
so,
is chalk?
it's okay, don't worry. It's a material plane thing.
What is the material play?
Don't worry. Okay, so you're gonna fly up. We're underneath the belly of the fish. You're gonna fly us to the
Well,
teeth.
we're almost at the mouth.
Hold on. Let me go. We're gonna fly to the teeth, and then we're gonna get off the boat, walk into the fish's guts, and there's floating islands inside, and you're gonna say that one,
Well, there's cycles, yes.
And you're
They're
gonna
not
say-
all islands.
but there's floating stuff.
Yes.
We'll see. I'm sure it's gonna be really interesting. And you're gonna say it's that one,
Yes, I will lead you to it.
and then what? You're gonna wait for us.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Shigirin.
You're welcome.
Are we approaching it kind of thing?
Yeah, you guys are coming up towards the teeth. And you guys have not seen this before because you were unconscious before. But you guys are met by the gaping maw of Wazogoski. It's crooked, long teeth. You guys estimate that they're miles and miles long, maybe
teeth?
multiple miles long.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a huge, huge thing. You can't even see its eyes because of its sheer mass.
Cool.
Yeah. As you guys go in between one of the teeth and the raft gets set down. Follow me.
Is
So-
it stormy? Is it shaky, stormy?
So as you go inside again, you guys are almost immediately enveloped by that similar. Lonan, you wouldn't be familiar with this, but Gray and Pippin, you guys have both experienced this before. You guys are encompassed by this strange dark haze that creates almost like a 60 to 80 foot perimeter around you guys.
Ooh.
It's almost a dome of space that you can see, but past that it's almost black static.
Is it magical darkness?
In a way, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So we can see how far ahead of us?
About 80 feet, but it
Okay.
moves with you. You guys are the center of this bubble. But every so often, you guys will see the dome extend into a cylinder. As above you, you see various scenes play about above your head. You see islands burning with perpetual fires that raise and fall in time. You see ships very similar to what was happening in Gift of Variety, get struck by lightning and billowed by storms. But you also see some locked in perpetual duels, cannons firing endlessly, ammo never running out. And actually, in this area, you guys can see cannonballs, and or at least the shards and old broken pieces of them littering the closed eye ground.
That's what we're
around
walking
you.
on?
Yes.
Shigirin, is that happening right now, or is those images of before?
What do you mean? These are the cycles.
So
You'll be entering something similar to this.
So
Can we have a little rest before we go on them?
I don't think we have time for
Well,
that.
this is up to you.
I want to make something for you.
Then we have
Well,
to...
once we get there, we can rest before.
Poiso Shakira, do you think we could have a fire in here?
I'm not going to answer you. I'm still giving you disadvantage every time you purposely mispronounce a name.
Oh, Peso.
Yeah.
Shigirin, do you think...
Shakira, do you
Shigirin, do you think that we could possibly have a moment of rest? We really need it in order
Let's
to properly
make it
prepare,
to the islands.
and then talk about
And
that.
then we can have a little
We
a
call
little,
it Quillo Quilly, we call it Everstay.
what? That's the name of the island.
Yes.
Everest. And then can we have a little lunch underneath? I'll feed you. I got food. You like corn?
I've never had anything but fungus.
You're in for a treat.
But you can rest if need be. We could have rested the village if you had asked.
Everyone was looking at us. It was really uncomfortable.
Well, because you are Peri and Peso. You are not trusted in the village.
Yeah. Well, I like it. I think it'll be okay.
Yes. Well, let's go now. And we're almost there. So you guys slowly make your way across the bumpy ground, and you see again various scenes playing out above you. Most of them very tragic. Sometimes you see people tumbling off of the side before quickly being like scooped back up by either invisible forces, or sometimes you can see a tentacle or someone else grabbing onto them so they don't fall before they get reset. It happens again and again and again.
What's is it like humid in here? Are we in does it feel like
It
we're
is
inside something's
strangely
belly?
stifling. It does not feel warm or cold, but you guys have goosebumps on your skin. The air feels. It doesn't. I wouldn't call it humid, but it feels difficult to breathe. It feels stale.
Yeah.
Eventually, you guys make it, and above you, you see just a simple rocky face. And you can see small tendrils of vines and grass appearing over the side. And you can actually see a strange, almost like bird-like shape, but it's clearly not a bird, of a bright coppery hue attached by strange cables to this island above you. And Shigeru will stop. Ever stay? Right above.
That's it, eh?
Yes.
So does the anglerfish eat these islands? Like
It
when
swallows them.
like
Yes.
the islands that are floating around on the plane, or does it make them in here?
No, why would it make them?
I don't know how
That's-
strange plane of air gods work. I'm learning.
Strange. Weizo Geshki is not strange.
Well, from my point of view, it is.
How dare you? Hey,
Sorry, I don't mean to offend Shakira. I think let's just have a fire.
He's extremely tired, you see.
Yeah,
I think it's time
let's
for
just have a
rest.
fire and I'll make you some really good food.
I don't know if I want your corn.
Great, you know how to make the corn really good. Why don't
Yeah.
you make the corn?
I'll make the corn stir fry.
I'm gonna start making a fire. We don't have anything to burn.
Oh, we don't.
You guys
Do you have any
didn't
books
come
or anything?
prepared. And he will take
Books?
You guys,
Yeah.
We can't burn my books.
Oh.
I have to look at this book. I totally forgot. We've been so busy.
Is it possible
Oh,
that we can
no.
go inside the globe and rest?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can cook inside the
Perhaps,
globe.
Shigeru, you would like to come with us to
Shakira, take my hand.
they don't respond, they just stare.
You see, there is a fire, but it's in something that we have. And it'd be easier instead of creating a fire on here.
Well, if we must go somewhere else, then hopefully nothing happens.
Suppose we're in there?
Yeah.
Do you think it would? We're not inside something.
Can
We
we trust
never
you to
know.
remain out here then while we go inside?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
No, I'm sure it'll be okay. What could happen?
I
What's the
mean,
worst thing you could think of?
The
You
eyes could
caused
open.
the ship to crash. The island could fall. I mean, it's never happened in my memory, but
Why don't we walk a little bit away from the island then?
if you insist.
Okay, we're gonna step a little bit away. Like if the island was to fall, it would just miss us by a hair. And I'm gonna take out Vitral's snow globe. I'm gonna put it on the ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on it. Yeah, everyone take my hand.
Shigeru?
Shakiran, put your big monkey hand right
Yeah,
on
it
mine.
like encompasses
Yeah.
all of your hands.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, Vitral!
Vitral.
Vitral. And as you guys appear inside Vitral's cabin, Vitral and Shigeru, who have the same voice, will talk back and forth to each other for a moment.
How does he react when he gets in this place?
He kind of like, his eyes are wide. Where are we? I haven't seen snow on the ground in a long time.
Have you ever seen the ground?
Well, the back of Weizoguski.
Oh.
That's true. It's a different terrain here.
Yes.
And
And some of the islands have been known to snow.
Oh.
how many bedrooms are in this cabin?
None.
There's no bedrooms.
It's
It's
like
one
one-
room.
So there's no couches or anything.
There's one chair.
But there's fire.
You guys will never buy Vitrol anything.
There's a chair and a
Poor
fireplace.
Vitral. We really
There's
don't
a
get him
bookshelf.
anything.
There's one small bookshelf with like 3 books on it.
And
I'm
one's
gonna
an
take a
ice
nice
book,
rest.
erotica, and what else?
I think Pippin gave him some sort of field
I gave him a
guide.
book on
Oh.
ice.
No, I thought you gave him something else too. Maybe it's only 2 books. But you guys can sit down for your rest. Ritual is always happy to speak and to talk with you guys. Him and Shigiran don't seem to get along great. Vitriol doesn't actually, like, he's speaking, but he kind of just has a way of communicating easily. Vitriol doesn't actually speak a language. He's just within the snow globe, he can talk to you guys, but he can't outside. As you guys sit down for your rest, in the snow globe, within the belly of a great anglerfish god, in the plane of air, far from home, we will take our break for the evening.
Ooh.
Oh.
Thank you guys for joining us so far. I am excited to get into the rest of this session here. Don't forget we'll be gone for about, I would say, 10 minutes or so here. Thank you for coming, and don't forget to stick around.
Stick around.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to session 31 of All Fun and Dice. Right before our break, our party had just ventured back inside Wazo Goski, the giant anglerfish god of the Goskian Simates who lived underneath. You all have all ventured back inside, at least the three of you who are awake. The rest of the Econos family and the rest of the Undertons are all sleeping from a strange affliction that Wazogoski has set upon them. You guys are now inside Wazogoski, heading towards the island Everstay in order to rescue one of the scavengers, Ryuensuke. Ryuensuke. Yes. Ryuensuke. From one of these cycles, the time cycles that you guys had been trapped in last session. Currently, you guys are taking a short rest inside of Vigil's cabin. What are you guys doing on your short rest?
I am going to say, Lonin, could you give me your bow for like an hour?
Sure. It's actually not even with me, it's beside me. I'm cradling the egg in front, so the fire, if there's a fire pit here, I'm laying in front of it, cradling the egg towards the fire.
Okay.
And you can go ahead, Pippin, take whatever you need.
Thank you. And I'm going to take his bow, and then I'm going to dissolve it in acid.
I'm not even caring, because I'm not seeing this, right, happen?
You're not even looking. You said you were looking.
I trust Pippin with whatever is going on.
And then I'm going to dump a bunch of different elixirs in and mix it together and feed it through a bunch of vials and tubes into a little dripper. And the dripper is like 3D printing another bow.
Exactly the same.
It looks very similar, except now it's like tinged, it's the same blue color as Tenaculum.
Yeah.
And it's a little like tacky, like it's a little slimy. But I'm basically enhancing his weapon and making it a +1 bow.
Ooh.
So you add 1 to all attack rolls and damage.
Whoa.
So it's a +1.
Cool.
And then I'll just put it back.
Okay,
So-
what are you doing?
Oh,
today?
also, sorry. Can I also attune to the codex?
Let me see your book while Gray explains to me what he's doing. I need to see
Sure.
something.
I'm gonna talk with Phaso Shagrian.
Shigura.
Shigurin. And I would like more background
You
knowledge.
can't infuse an item right now anyways. It's a long rest.
Oh no!
Oh.
So you can't do that.
Never
The
mind.
3D printer long.
I'm sure it'll eventually happen.
Yeah, I was imagining it.
So you can do the codex instead, but we'll do Gray first.
I'm gonna talk with Shigurin, and I'm just gonna. I'd like to get some more background knowledge on the god and their tribe and their outposts and.
Well, what do you want to know specifically?
Well, so how long have you been here?
Since the beginning.
How old are you? Yes.
I'm many cycles old.
Oh, you tell time by cycles.
Or as much as we can. Yes.
Many cycles. I see. And how many outposts are in this the Great Wazo?
How many villages?
Yes.
Well, there's only the one main village, but
Okay.
there's some other buildings
Other buildings.
scattered.
And just scouts stay in those.
Scouts, some scholars in the past have gone. Monks, criminals,
Oh.
depends.
Do you guys happen to have a gift?
A gift?
Gift.
I don't know what a gift?
Gift. Yeah, gift.
What is a gift? I'm not quite sure of the word.
It's almost like a hermit or somebody with a lot of knowledge. Maybe shares technology or ways for you guys.
Well, Fuozo Oksha
Mm-hmm.
is wise and shares many things with us. Could she be a gift?
Was she a primate?
Yeah, she was a Simian.
Okay, she was a Simian. Okay. Maybe.
Oh, then I would consider Fuozo Oksha a gift.
She's special. That's for sure. That's yeah.
Alright.
But all right. Well,
Well, this
cool.
corn,
Very good.
for,
Right?
yeah, Hazo Gray, is incredible.
This is my
Never
famous,
had anything like it.
This is my famous
Yeah.
corn stir fry. A lot of corn in this.
We love Gray's corn stir fry.
It's all just corn, isn't it?
Yep.
With little bits
Yeah.
of different corn.
This book is so, guys.
Oh, okay.
Guys, this book that we stole, well, that I stole from the Loxo
Is
Kid.
this in common?
Yes.
Yes.
I will allow it to be in common because Gray
This book
asked.
that I stole from the Loxo Kid
Yeah.
can do some really cool stuff.
Like what?
Like,
I don't remember when you stole this from the Loxo gift.
what do you... We were in... You know, at the ball?
Right.
Remember I told you?
Yes. You stole a book there?
Yeah, we were at a ball with these crazy military...
I remember that, yes, of course. But I'm saying I don't remember you stealing a book.
Yeah, that's why they were after us. I stole this magical book called Montello's Codex.
I don't think he ever told us that he
He did.
He did tell us
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay. I thought you
Yeah.
stole it behind the
To
scenes.
be fair, you had like an arrow right through your head at the time.
You've actually just had an arrow through your
Yeah,
head.
Yeah, and I'm just like...
It's all a dream. I'm just like,
All the memories come flooding in.
Pippin. I'm like, Pippin's actually your doctor in the hospital.
yeah.
Okay, but watch. Something I can do. Okay, Gray.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give this to you. Shigeran,
Yes.
do you think there's gonna be fighting on this island? Is there like critters?
I don't know what's going to happen. I could only imagine. That's why I haven't. No one's seen the top that's come back down.
Okay, I'm gonna open the book. I'm gonna take a health potion and put it on the book. There's gonna be like a page with like a arcane circle on it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put
What's
it on
the
the book.
arcane circle look like?
It's kind of like an alchemical circle with like lots of symbols. There's like a sun and a lion and an ibis. And then I'm going to take out some potions and do a little dropper on the top of the potion bottle. And the potion bottle, 2 little like slug eyes are gonna like pop out on the glass, and then like little arms and legs are gonna pop out, and it's gonna stand up. And okay, I've animated this potion bottle, and I'm gonna give it the instructions to pour its content into Gray's mouth if he falls unconscious.
What?
I don't know if it can be that.
Yeah,
I don't think it can like take commands like that complex.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it can. Also, this is
Look it up for me.
This is the tiny servant spell,
Look it up for me. As
and
you
I'm
tell
gonna
me.
put it on Gray's shoulder and say, "This is your
That's
potion friend."
crazy.
And it's just like cooing in your ears, almost like a little glass breaking. Like.
Hello.
So, Lonan, you're snuggling with your egg. Roll a perception check for me.
I want to know if it's like beginning to hatch even more because it obviously has started.
Yeah.
17.
17. So you remember seeing it shift slightly, or we all at least told you that it had been, and you remember seeing the almost like opalescent crosshairs that have now appeared, or fractures that have appeared on it, very faintly, and you still can see them. And while you're laying there for the full hour, you only actually feel it move once, and it almost feels sluggish the way it's moving,
Okay.
and you're unsure why.
Like sluggish as in.
Like you felt it move, but it didn't feel like an active like breaking out
It's
of an
just
egg
like-
move. It was kind of just like a wobble. Yeah.
And was it like more active before? Like from what Huiola was telling
Huiola made it seem like it was like moving a lot.
Pippin,
Yeah.
I'm quite concerned about my egg.
Oh, can I take a look at it?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I don't know if there's anything in that book about it. I'm very concerned because it was more active, it seemed, before. Now it's not really moving that often. I don't know if it has anything to do with it being too cold out there when we were outside.
Let me take a look. Gray, do you want to help? I know you have some medical expertise.
Oh yes.
I don't know how much you know about wyvern eggs when you learned in the military, but I mean,
You know, there was a day that I might have skipped.
I mean,
but-
when I think of Gray Proudmore, I think of corn and eggs.
Shigerin,
So,
I cook with them all the time.
You don't have any knowledge, and that's kind of like, has he seen the egg yet?
Well, he does now because you're kind of cradling it.
Do you know anything about eggs, perhaps? Or has any ever came through your...
I know of eggs, but
But you know nothing about...
no, we don't.
What about
keep-
wyverns?
No, we don't really encounter many animals. I've seen the skeletons before
Right.
of some deceased ones
Okay, here,
before
let
they crumble to ash.
me take a look at this thing.
Be careful, Pippin, and keep it close to the fire.
Alright. Okay, can I examine the egg and see what I can tell about its state? I know you mentioned there were some cracks in it.
Yeah, some fractures.
Does it look alive? Does it look like it's gonna hatch anytime soon?
Okay, so you can roll a nature check.
Ooh,
And
not
are you
good at
what?
that.
Are you using the book?
Yes.
Yes. So you are flipping through Montella's Codex. It's blank pages and strange, like arcane scripts that appear and disappear as you flip.
Mm-hmm.
Until eventually you can roll first with advantage.
When he's doing this, I'm like looking over his shoulder as he's like flipping through this book.
Yep.
Nature, you said?
Nature.
Nature. 26.
26. So eventually, you flip to a page, and you could have sworn you'd seen this page. It's a fairly early one in the book, and you can almost like remember specifically that this one was blank the first time you saw it when you were flipping through it with Lydia. But you can see a very elaborate drawing of a wyvern skull that appears almost like an ink blotch at first, but becomes more into clarity as you go inside, as you like look far deeper into it. It's almost like the text, and you can see this as well. The text bleeds onto the page. It's very clear, and it is actually written. And you guys do notice this. It is written on the common script. It's not written in Aura.
Weird.
So as you're reading through it, you flip the page. It's mostly about wyverns and some history about them, where they came from, about their poisons and their tails, and how they're known as a threat. And it's actually a small excerpt about the debate between is a wyvern a dragon, or what's the distinction? Is it a true dragon or not true dragon? Is it dragon kin? Eventually, though, your eyes land on a strange diagram of like almost a vortex, and it seems strange in this section because the rest of it is distinctly about wyverns, but this one's like labeled time vortex above it. And this section reads about the ill effects of youth and developing bodies within time anomalies.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, based on the sort of magical knowledge within this alchemist's codex, I have deduced from my research that the time anomaly that we were trapped in has affected this egg negatively. Is it alive still?
You can tell it just talks about how it can stunt growth or cause deformations. It really just depends on the extent of the growth.
The egg's growth may be stunted, or the creature within may be deformed.
So you're telling me because we went through this cycles that I might lose the egg that I've been caring for the past?
I don't think you're gonna lose it. It's just, I think maybe it's been stunted. Like it was like about to hatch, like it was good, like we were gonna get a little baby wyvern, and then we went to a time like spiral, and now it's all jumbled up in there.
So going into another time spirally thingy?
Will that fix it? I don't know. Let me consult my codex.
You flip through the book, and as you were speaking with Lonan, you actually realized that a lot of the text has bled away,
Oh no.
leaving just some of the more simple diagrams and some of the simple titles. But as you flip through, none of the words come into clarity again.
Oh. Sorry, this magical book is really finicky. I don't know. Just based on my own knowledge of what I've read, would I think it would revert what we're doing to bring it into a time vortex again?
You have not read nearly enough about time.
Based on
vortexes
what
to
I've
know.
seen.
Based on what it did not get that deep into it. It just kind of spoke on the initial effects.
So are we going to hurt it going into another one then?
I don't know. I think that maybe we should leave it on the ground when we go up onto the island.
I'm quite upset with this whole situation. I trusted Akano, and Akano seemed to know what he was talking about and brings us into pure danger that's now affected something that I've been caring for quite a while.
I don't know if it's Akano's fault that there was a
It
time
was-
vortex.
It was our suggestion to go into the storm, was it not?
No, it wasn't. We were just that before we entered the storm, I was thinking that we shouldn't go into
I
it.
don't think anyone's to blame.
Well,
But
It was either death or
the egg
storm.
is still alive, though, right?
Yeah, it moves sluggishly still.
It's still alive. I think. I mean, this is just based on my vague knowledge. I think that it probably will hatch. I don't know. Maybe there's something we could do to make it hatch.
I feel like we need to. I don't believe leaving it behind anymore is an option. I'm going to be taking it with me from here on out.
Okay, well, my thought was maybe if we bring it into another time spiral, it'll like undo it. So maybe I think we should bring it with us. It's your call. It's your egg.
I'm going to be taking it with me from here on out. I can tell you that, unless Vitral somehow knows anything about it, and I'm talking louder. So
Mitchell doesn't know anything.
I've only known about wyverns because you told me things.
Right.
Yeah,
I could take care of it again. It's a great listener.
So when I'm saying Akano, you can tell that I'm like extremely angry. Like I'm I'm on the verge of like wanting to disown Akano at this point. Because before
he
the
needs to project his emotions on
when
somebody.
we were about to go through like the storm, like at the last second, this was like the last episode. I was gonna speak in and be like, no, let's go in, but then Akano just like boom went in.
Oh, now
without
it's
asking.
now we got scrambled wyvern in that egg.
Don't joke about that, Gibbon. I don't appreciate it.
I'm sorry. When under dark circumstances, I can't help but make jokes.
I really think we should get going now. I don't really want to stay.
It's almost about an hour now. You're about to all get shunted out of this dimension anyway.
And as you say that, all of you guys can feel like almost like a static and a shake as you guys become a little blurry.
Okay, let's hop out.
Should we leave?
Yeah, just say the magic word.
Virtual?
And we all get out.
I'll go last. Hey, I'm not gonna say your name because I don't want to teleport out of here just yet. but
Oh,
I
you
want-
can say my name, Pippin. You just have to say it a certain way.
All right, Vitral. I am. I just want to let you know that we haven't forgot about you, Vitral, and then I teleport.
Poor Vitral.
So you guys appear back within you guys were within the body the whole time, but you returned back into the strange black haze within Wezo Geski's body. And Shigerin leads you slightly closer once again, to the island, the floating island.
For context, I can give it commands, the animated object, the tiny servant. I can give it commands such as fetch a key, stand watch, stack books.
Yeah, that's one command, not do this if this.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Well, I actually can give it. I can give it telepathic commands on my turns.
Yep, that's what. Yeah, but you can't say, do this if this.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I
what
can't
I'm
give it
saying.
a condition.
No.
Well, I'm gonna have it stand the animated potion bottle, like stand on Gray's shoulder.
Greg.
Greg.
Greg and Eric.
Greg and Eric. And then later, if you fall unconscious, I'll order it to pour
That's
itself into you.
perfectly fine. Then you can communicate that to Greg.
All right.
So,
Alright.
well,
Good
you should
idea.
get that. You should get up there.
I take out my new toy.
Yeah.
And how do I use this thing?
Oh well,
I
you
just
just aim
point
and
it.
fire.
Do I just stick it into the ground afterwards, or?
Well, yeah, that's why there's a pointy end.
Oh, of course. Do you want to take the shot for me? You've done this before, right?
No, I know my way around
Oh.
inside, but I'm not a scavenger. I don't actually go up.
Okay. I'm gonna point. I think, yeah, that looks like a good spot. And I'll shoot.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you do a dexterity roll, and it's more just to see how long it takes you, because eventually you'll make a good enough shot. You can reel it in. It might take some time.
Okay. 9.
9. So it takes a little while. You guys would say it with your like good concept of time. It'll probably be about 15 minutes of Gray firing, and it kind of does not arcing down, and him having to reel it back in. It takes maybe half a dozen shots in order.
Oh my gosh.
It's not that many.
No, in a short period of time.
Oh, half a dozen is 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Plus, there's like super fast shots, like ping, ping, ping.
No, he has to shoot and then reel it back
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, we're just standing here like kicking our shoes.
Yeah. Before you finally get purchase on the side of the island, you can see the hook disappear above.
Oh.
Yeah, and you
I'm
can
not
shove it
very
into the
good at
ground.
climbing.
It looks like it's gonna hold. Who wants to climb first?
Well, I would prefer to be last, considering, and I'm gonna rub my egg.
Should I go?
Did you change into your wyvern
Yeah.
onesie again?
I
have
should
to.
maybe.
What if we go into the Vitriols ball and one person climb?
You guys can't go inside Vitriols Globe anymore today.
Oh.
You've already been in there for an hour. I can go in there. How about I go in there? I'm not very good at climbing.
True, but if we fall, you can feather us.
Okay, I'll climb first then, and then if I slide down, I'll like land on one of you.
Okay.
Like that time when we were in
Yes.
the ice castle.
Cannot forget.
Okay, so you guys start climbing. Just roll me an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna be last, so
Yeah, no, everybody does.
we all still do.
It's more just like, again, it's unless you roll really, really bad, it's more just time.
Though it kind of was, yeah. I'm not gonna read
That's a.
it was like hot. It was like.
All right, yeah, sure.
It actually was though. It doesn't matter. We're still a good roll, anyways.
Great, what'd you roll?
9.
21.
Oh no, it was cocked. No. What are we rolling? Acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
7.
7. So it takes Pippin, who's going first, quite a while to climb up. You can see his like shaky hands. He's not used to like this much physical exertion. Like he's strong, but he's not. He's actually the second strongest. He's stronger than Lonan, but it takes him just a little bit of time to get up.
Yeah.
So it takes him a while. It is 400 feet in the air, between 350 to 400. It's hard to
400
tell.
feet?
Yeah.
So we're like dangling on this
Yeah.
rope.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I'm not a fan
Is there a lot of
this.
wind and stuff, or is it
There's
just like
no
dead
wind.
air? So just
It's dead, stale air. Eventually, you guys won't be able to see the ground anymore.
so the only thing
Oh
shaking
my.
this thing at this point is basically Pippin's unsteady hands.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally just Pippin like
It's
not
my
being-
wobbly knees.
It's
Oh, here, Lonan, catch, and I'm gonna drop a potion down to him.
Roll acrobatics.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. 19.
Drink
you do
that.
manage to catch it.
Drink that if we get in a fight.
Okay. And I'm gonna put it in like in my pouch.
Okay.
Like I'm climbing up.
Okay, so as you guys continue climbing, eventually, Pippin, you reach the crest of the island, and you can see it is a fairly flat island, slightly craggy. There's some grasses and vegetations growing on it. There seem to be two kind of plateaus, one close to the edge with a strange ship, and you can distinctly see it's a ship now, because once peeking over, you can see a large window. And it's very strange. It doesn't look like the proper shape of any ship you've ever seen.
So there's like a ship parked on this floating island?
Yeah, it's like attached with like these like big barbed claws that look like they're dug into the side of the cliff that have like gone rigid and are holding it up.
Alright, I'm gonna climb up. Suki! Suki! Hello! Ryu and Suki, are you here?
So you guys do make it up quickly after Pippin.
Pippin, perhaps you should keep it down. We don't know what's up here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. We don't even know what the cycle is.
You don't know what this... Oh, this... You're right.
Oh yes, correct. It could be anything.
We're in a cycle right now. Should we
Yeah.
just wait and let the first one go and then we can...
Would we start at the bottom of the rope?
I don't think so.
Or
Remember
just
that
here?
before we go any further, let's talk about our ways out of here. Do we just jump down?
Yeah, as long as you stay
Well-
with me, I'll be able to save us.
Well, no. If the rope is still attached, we can just slide down.
Right.
That sounds hard for me to do, but I can try.
I mean, we climbed up 400 feet.
I know, but my arms are like noodles now.
Roll perception, everyone, for me.
Noodle.
Oh no.
Noodles.
This cough.
Oh no.
No, it's not. Perception?
Yeah, Pippin first.
Perception. 13.
5.
5.
Pippin,
Yeah.
you see across the way, you can see a small like glint of color in the grass across the island from you. So you guys are on the far side of the island. This one's on right, kind of right across from you, beside where the ship is, and it's a rusty color.
Guys, I see some splash of rusty color over yonder.
So looking over, can we see what he sees now?
You guys can see the rusty color. Yeah, it's quite far. You can just see the rusted, like it looks like rusted metal.
Hey, we should check it out.
I don't know if it might be some sort of creature.
Creature. Well, maybe it's a clue on where the group trapped here.
A clue.
Group. I believe it's just one person, correct?
We're looking for one person.
One person, but I mean, perhaps they did come here with a crew. We don't know.
I kind of want to check out that ship.
I think we
Me
should
as well.
Should we sneak, or should we try to get whatever's here's attention?
What's the worst that can happen?
I believe.
So what are you guys doing?
Splitting up does not seem like a good option.
No.
So let's go to the ship first.
Let's go to the ship first.
Yeah.
Okay, ship first. So we're gonna kind of just like look around the ship just to.
So as you guys approach the ship,
I would like the drummers.
you could. I'm not gonna let you guys do anything. You guys can see a flicker of movement behind the shaded front, like almost like dark glass of the window of this ship. And you realize that while you guys were speaking of this rusted object, that this was probably going on before. And before you guys have a moment to react, a fracture across the glassy window.
Of the ship?
And a second one. As tentacles
What?
pour out.
Of
And
the
you guys,
ship?
Yep. And you guys have to roll initiative.
What? I've seen this.
I've seen this.
And you can change the
Initiative.
I have a question because we leveled up last time too. Is our initiative going?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Not unless you're.
Not unless you have higher dexterity.
Yep.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun,
So this is the ship here for everyone on.
dun, dun.
And we have you guys walking towards it. I imagine Pippin is towards the back a little bit. And so giant tentacles
Oh no.
Jeez.
are flailing out of the ship.
Oh no.
I need everybody's initiative, starting with 25 to 20. I should never even ask that one. 19 to 15.
15.
16.
Oh, hey.
What's your dex? Great.
0.
Okay.
You have 0 dexterity?
He wears heavy armor.
In my mind, you're so nimble.
He's not at all. He's
And
just
my trusty
vigilant,
steed for
okay?
that.
Next up is 14 to 10.
Me. 12.
Me.
Me. Okay.
Alright.
So as the tentacles flail out of this ship, Pippin, whose turn it is first, you see wrapped up within one of them a silvery white shape that has a rusted looking, very large greatsword held in both hands, like posed to strike.
Does the rusted sword remind me of the rusty color that I
Yeah.
seen in the grass?
Yeah.
Guys, I think that's Ryuin Suki.
Does he have time to
Oh,
talk
yes.
before we start? Like,
I'm saying this as I attack.
Okay.
You can make a comment right on your
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
a free comment.
Alright. And then I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out a vial of acid and chuck it at the tentacle monster
Okay.
to try to melt it with
So
acid
what's
splash.
the... Yeah, so you are close enough.
60 feet.
Yep, you're within 60 feet.
All right.
Oh.
Natural 20.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Does that hit?
Yes.
And that's gonna be 4d6s.
Nice.
Oh my god. Okay. 11. 13. 15 plus 10 is 25.
Why 10?
Because I get my spell casting modifier, and then I get to
Why
add
do you get your
it.
spell casting modifier?
My spell casting modifier is +5.
Why do you get that? That's not how
Because-
cantrip work.
That's how Acid Splash works.
No, it's not.
I get +5 because of because of acid damage.
Yeah, not
Okay,
plus
so
10.
no, so 20. No, 20 damage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so plus 20.
20. I just add whatever I
You're
want.
doubling the acid damage. That's why.
That's what I thought. I was like,
But I
that's not
also
right.
have my class feature. Lets
That's
me,
your class feature. That's what it's coming from.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's 20 acid damage.
Okay.
As
So
my
as
action.
yes, so as the acid splashes on, you can see like the skin, the smooth, almost amphibian-like skin of these tentacles that you can't actually see the body of yet. Only the tentacles are kind of flailing around from out inside this ship as it blackens and burns. And you can see a little bit of smoke coming up.
And as my bonus action, I will have Tenaculum, who's been on my shoulder the whole time.
Yep.
Use his acid.
What's the range of that?
30 feet.
You're too far. So
Can he move
yeah.
closer?
5, 10, 15. Yep, so now that's close enough.
All right.
Tenaculum on the board there.
Tenaculum, use acid spittle.
Okay.
And that is, 11.
11 misses.
All right, that's my turn.
So Tenaculum spits out a little bit of blue acid and it kind of just like hits the side of the ship and runs off without any damage being
Like the paint's
appearing.
fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So next up is Grave.
Haha. I will summon my glaive. How far am
You
I?
get
Okay.
close.
Can I see which tentacle he was trying to point out with the rusted shape and everything, and the.
Yeah, now that Pippin had said it, you can see clearly the large form of a simate gorilla person within the grasp. And you can actually see that this simate is wearing, that you can imagine is Ryu and Suke.
Okay.
And you can see that they're wearing like a lot more like sturdier clothes than just the loins that their
Which
compatriots wear.
tentacle is she being grasped in?
There's actually only 6 tentacles.
Okay.
And it appears to be in one of the ones that are closer to you guys.
Oh.
Like in one of the first 3.
Okay. Can I try to move up close enough where I could be 10 feet away from the tentacle that I want to hit?
So you can move up to the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
There is a 10-foot gap between
Okay.
the ledge and the ship.
Okay.
But what you can do is if you stand right at the edge here, so if you go right there, you're right on the edge.
Right on
You are
there.
very,
Okay.
very right on the edge of like.
I'm just like.
Yeah, you're
just,
trying
like,
to point,
going for that.
poke, and you're just close enough to like touch it.
Okay.
But you are like teetering along the ledge.
Okay. So I will attack the tentacle with a attack.
Okay.
5 10.
The tentacle. That is a 27.
27 hits.
And that is a nice 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage as you slice through, and a little gale of wind kind of rustles your hair as your wind glaive slices into the tentacle. But it's not very deep,
Okay.
and it doesn't actually even draw any blood. It seems like there might be a thick layer of skin.
I'll try it again.
Okay. You said 6, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have some calamari after this.
15?
15 misses as the tentacle is ever moving and kind of shifting, and it evades your strike. So next up is the large tentacle creature, and it will actually ooze slightly farther out towards you, Gray.
Can we see its full form?
Gray, you are now close enough to see a triplicate eyes, one going up its head. So it's not like pairs of eyes on either side. It's one going up all its forehead, and a large gaping maw with layers and layers of teeth going all the way down its throat, as far as you can see. And you can see that the top eye has turned and is looking at you.
Is this what I'm thinking?
As it like reaches up its tentacle and makes a slap attack.
No.
That's a nat 20.
I seen it.
Yeah.
I was
Really?
looking.
Don't look over my.
I honestly, I was adjusting in my seat, and I was like, nat 20.
So that is gonna be.
Ouchie.
Second nat 20 of the game.
Who's that hitting?
Greg.
Right.
Good thing I gave you.
20 bludgeoning damage.
That'll do it.
And
That'll
can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Yeah.
Wait, but first, no, make the roll for me first.
It bounced out.
You can roll again if you want if it bounced out.
20.
20? Okay.
Nice.
So you feel the tentacle hit you, and you get hit and you get pushed back slightly and winded. Luckily, not teetering off of the edge down towards the 400-foot drop. But you do feel like a slime cover the front of your body, and it kind of goes into your armor, and you can feel like a tingling. But other than that, nothing really happens. It is then going to make an attack against Ryuan. I'm just going to shorten their name now. It's Ryuan. And its tentacle.
That's the girl with the big sword.
Does it get advantage or no? We don't know yet.
You guys don't know. It actually, and you guys can't even see what is really happening. You can see that it looks like it grips a little tighter with the one tentacle, and you can hear a little cry out, like, ugh, as another one comes to slap down, but it gets deflected by the large, rusted great sword.
Oh, so they're
She's
fighting back.
Yeah.
I like her big sword. Very anime.
As another one will come down and hit, and once again is deflected back. And both ah!
We're coming to save you.
Okay, next up is Lonan.
Alright, I'm gonna try to go with my shoot it with an arrow. And I don't have to, after I hit it, then I determine if I'm gonna put magic into it,
Yes.
right? Let's see. That plus, oh, you didn't view my thing yet, right?
I didn't.
So that'd be 17.
I will
17?
when we have the time.
The arrow flies and connects.
Alright, so I'm gonna imbue it with, or I'm gonna use my, let's do grasping arrow.
Okay.
So when the arrow, obviously you can just describe it after, but basically
You
when
can
I-
describe it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna kind of have like this one when I take my arrow out of my
Quiver.
this one has like already wrapped around. It's basically when it's inside.
You have to say if it wraps before.
Oh, I'm not
the
doing
shot.
that. Like
Okay,
that has
yeah.
nothing to do with
Just
that, yeah.
flavor.
But just basically like all my arrows are now kind of just becoming like full of moss and whatnot.
Okay,
They're
I
kind of
like
like they're kind of like appearing like similar to what my quiver looks like. If you guys don't know what my quiver is, it's you gotta keep it watered. You gotta keep it like
It's like a
it's
plant.
basically a plant. And so now all my arrows are starting to like have flowers and whatnot on it. And so
Okay.
as I shoot it,
Cool.
the arrow kind of splits apart, and instead of the arrow like appearing into like just like piercing into him, it just turns into vines and wraps around all of like
I love
plenty
it.
of
It's too big to wrap around the whole body, but
Yeah.
can distinctly wrap
Yeah.
around and grasp onto like half of the tentacles. On
Yeah,
its
Cool.
body,
so
with its crimson and blue thorns digging into it.
how does this work? Because
So roll your damage for the arrow first.
alright, so I'll explain the thing, and then you just let me know how it's gonna work for this beast.
It's just going to be the normal damage. You just roll the damage once.
That's my piercing plus this 2d6 after, correct?
Yes. So do the piercing first plus your dex, whatever.
So, 4 piercing,
Okay.
and then I gotta roll 2d6, I believe. Yeah, 2d6 piercing.
Nope.
Oh,
Poison.
or poison. Four poison. That's some shitty
Oh,
rolls.
wow, that's really bad.
But the thing is that it says that every time it moves 1 foot, So once,
It only takes the action. It only gets damaged like that once. per
yeah.
turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like it moving its arms and stuff, is that considered like?
It's only if it actually like moves.
Yeah, it just has like long reach with its
Sure,
arms.
no
But if
problem.
it tries to move out of its position,
Okay. And then I'm gonna do another attack.
Okay.
I gotta be careful. I don't have too many arrows left. Yeah, because I can use my. So the ship that it's on right now, I'm assuming from what I can tell, it looks like it's made of wood.
No, it's like made of like a coppery metal.
Oh. Okay.
okay. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna look real fast on one thing.
Why don't you make your attack and then you can do something next turn?
Yeah, I'll just. I'm not. I don't think I can even do this anyways if I wanted to, because it says. You know what? I am gonna do this. I'm gonna do. Firebolt.
No, that's not how it works. You can
No?
only take an arrow. You could make a firebolt is like a different action. It's a cantrip spell.
Oh, I
action.
see. So I can only take. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're using your actions to make attacks. So if you use an action to cast a cantrip, you can't make any attacks.
Yeah.
That's your action.
I see what you're saying. But I can do another attack though. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
I see what
yeah.
you're saying. Okay. That one definitely hit 25
25 hits.
or what, 24. but
Make it
still.
a magic arrow.
Yeah, I'll do another magic arrow.
Okay, this is your last magic arrow.
It
of the
is.
day.
I will.
Exploding.
How does it work if I do 2 grasping arrows? It doesn't really matter regardless. It wouldn't count as like 4d6. It would still only take one single.
Yeah, I think so.
Give me Xanthars and I will rule it if it moves.
Okay.
I think that would be.
Because if I'm double like
double the vines.
yeah.
There.
So I'll
Double
roll-
the vines, double the
That's what I'm
poison.
thinking. Because I'm
You
trying to
lock
wrap it.
in the
I'm trying to
other
grapple its
tentacles?
like tentacles for moving. Is what I'm trying to do, right? So
Yeah.
all right. So this one's piercing is 10 piercing for this one.
Nice. Okay.
So 10 you said?
Yep,
Yeah.
10 piercing
Okay.
and 4 poison.
And 4 poison. As it digs in once again, and actually on this shot, you can hear like a great mind-piercing shriek. As you realize that the shriek is not coming from externally, but it's coming from inside your own minds
Whoa.
as it screams. Next up is...
I think it's an aboleth.
Well, you don't know.
It looks the way you described it. It looks like an aboleth.
I don't even know what that is.
An aboleth is a classic D&D monster. You should know.
I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, because the way if I grapple twice, technically it would take damage.
No, it's only once. So it says the brambles last for 1 minute or until you use this option again.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Whatever.
Okay, so the creature will scream as you see Ryuen once again kind of flail up into view, sword in hand. Take this, you bastard!
Whoa.
And
Language,
swipe down.
right?
Really?
You don't know if his parents were married.
Nat 20.
Whoa!
Nice.
She's so cool.
And
She joined the party.
Swipes down.
Can you describe the weapon that she's using?
Yeah, I've described it like 8 times.
Describe it again. I want to hear.
It's a huge, double-handed greatsword that is like taller than she is, and she looks very, very tall. It looks like its edge used to be nice and homely sharp, but now it's like eaten away by rust and age.
Is she like a buff gorilla girl?
They're all buff.
Is she
Cool.
one-handed?
No, she has both hands.
She
She's
does.
like getting flailed around by the tentacle and is swiping down. And this one will actually hit the tentacle she's on, severing the tentacle as she
Cool.
lands on the deck.
Cool.
And I did a ton of damage with my first attack.
We're gonna invite her to join the party, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Sabers
one
are
second.
better.
Oh, I didn't even roll that right. So that's a lot. As she swipes again, this time missing. Before looking up and being like, "What are you?"
We are here to help.
You get out of here.
Well, we have to get out of here now.
Is it?
It's Pippin's turn. Top of the round.
Oh. Well, And I'm gonna grab a flask and grab a little bit of powder and pour the powder, like sprinkle it into the flask, and then shake it up, and then toss it at the creature.
Okay.
Oh, is it gray right in front of it?
I'm gonna cast it so it is not in front of her. Is that where that lady is?
Yeah, sorry, I realized I didn't put it on the board.
I'm casting web,
I'll put it over here.
and it's gonna the vial is gonna like explode into foam like elephant toothpaste. If you did that in science class,
Okay.
I think he did this one before.
I have done this one
He
before.
has.
I can't remember when it was.
And okay, so yeah, I'm just casting web, so it is a 20-foot cube, and so I'm gonna like angle it so our two allies are not caught in the web.
20 foot, so you're gonna put it like right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the web's difficult terrain, lightly obscured. Blah, 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 blah. Each creature that starts its turn in the web or that enters them during its turn must make a saving throw or be restrained. Creature restrained by the web can't take its action and can take its action and make a strength check. And the web, the foam, it's foam. It's also flammable.
Okay.
Ooh.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, Tenaculum acid.
Okay. Roll that.
19.
19 hits.
19. And then I'm gonna roll 6 acid damage.
6 acid damage. As it splashes on, the mind shrieks once more.
Ow.
Okay, next up is Gray. You saw this acid kind of spurt up over top of the brambles and vines that have...
And foam.
Literally just said the foam spurts up around the vines.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm going to take this cue and I'm just going to say, run to the ledge.
Yeah.
And then I'm just going to... I'm not turning around, but I'm just going to be backing up.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
And then I'll hold my action if something attackable comes my way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So, the creature will screech a terrible, terrible noise, both psychically and verbally.
Cool.
And all of you will see, because you can all see Ryu and Suke. You will see her clutch her head as blood starts to pour out of her nose and ears.
Oh.
As she growls and says, "They broke the cycle! This isn't happening again!" And next up is Logan.
How many feet is this thing taking up?
It is a huge creature, so it is taking up 15 foot cube.
Perfect. Okay, I am going to, once again rub my ring of roses, and I'm going to whisper like just random nonsense, just like for how Alatar like used to talk to me.
Do the nonsense. I want to hear it.
You memorized the nonsense.
Yeah.
You just think it's random
Yeah.
nonsense, though.
And I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Cool.
Okay. You have to get closer for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna move a little bit closer.
What's the range?
30 feet.
It says range is self or 15-foot cone.
15 foot. So you have to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Right there.
So then, but it says that basically, as I hold my hands out with thumbs touching, blah, 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 fingers spread,
Yep.
a thin sheet of flame shoots forth, and each creature within 15 feet of this cone
Yep. That's
will. And then basically, yeah, so I think it's just you have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. 16.
I think that beats the spell
I'm
save.
pretty sure it does.
Yeah.
Because mine's like really low, I'm pretty sure.
What's your
It's with your arrow one.
Does the web do it?
Is that what's right?
What's your
It
arrow
will.
save
Okay.
Arrow save.
to see if they roll against your arrow? What's your intelligence?
+2.
So 8 plus.
Or
2
sorry,
is
15. So it'd be a 15.
Yeah, so it passes.
Yeah, you do.
So
yeah.
I believe
you
it
take
takes half. So roll your damage.
3d6. Oh no. Okay, so that was 13.
Oh, that's really good.
So Is it-
So 7.
and then the fire ignites any flammable objects in that area that aren't being worn or carried.
Yep.
So-
So after that, the web. Oh no, sorry. The foam will light up in brilliant rainbow hues
Ooh.
as it burns around it, and I believe I don't take damage until the end of the apple's next turn. It says in the web spell.
Does it?
if it catches fire.
Yeah,
Is it taking?
Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah. End of its next turn.
The
it
if
says-
the webs are flammable, any 5-foot cube of web exposed to the fire burns away in 1 round. So at the end of the round, it does damage.
How much-
Okay, so
how
we'll
much
do it at
damage?
the end of each round. So next up, you guys see Ryu and Suke bleeding and bleeding from her nose and ears. And you don't see her jumping off yet. You see her, it almost looks like she's bending down. And you hear her shout, "Get out of there!" Before a large blast of snow and ice erupts from inside of the ship.
Oh. Was she in the ship?
No, she's on the side of the ship. It looks like it's coming from beneath the foam.
Oh. Oh.
As the foam freezes, but the fire continues to burn because of the chemical processes that Pippin has established within it. As the Aboleth takes a ton of damage.
Does she cast something in there? Or would,
No.
I'm assuming, right?
Something is blowing up from inside the ship.
She said get out.
I
like
rolled
15 roll?
disgustingly high. The Aboleth takes like 42 damage.
She's doing damage to it. 'Cause
Oh, it is an aboleth.
Yeah, it's an Aboleth, yeah.
Huh.
I described it exactly as the picture in the DMG.
Yeah.
So as the creature screeches out, and you can actually see the tips of its tentacles begin to blacken, and some of them freeze and chip off as this intense blast of cold freezes it. Before you specifically, Lonan, see a petite green-clawed hand reach out from a crack between the Aboleth's body and the ship. And then it is Ryuan's turn.
It was inside. Something was in the ship. Yeah, that's an aboleth.
That's an
That's what
Aboleth.
an aboleth is.
Okay. So next up, Ryuan will make her 2 attacks. Miss and miss. Before we go, the round ends and the fire burns away these 3 sheets of foam. And how much fire damage?
2d4. And that is...
It's not moving, right? It hasn't moved.
It has not moved.
That is 6 fire damage.
Okay.
Good job, good combo.
So next up is Pippin. As the
Oh.
Aboleth shrieks and bits of frozen flesh chip and fall off of its tentacles. What is Pippin Foss doing?
Pippin Faust is gonna look around. Should we... We gotta jump, right?
I mean, we need to jump with. Well, can I respond?
Are we allowed to respond?
Yeah, you guys can respond. I'll let you guys have you go. Just won't be able to
Somebody
say
is
much
in there,
more.
Pippin, and I think they need a way out.
But we have to jump with her too, right?
That's all you can say. Everybody gets one line.
No.
Alright. Can I...
All right.
Alright. Are we... It looks like she's trying to help the person in the ship, right?
Or whatever is
Yeah.
that.
Can I see the person in the ship?
Lonan said it, and you can see the hand, and it has now become like an arm and an elbow.
Can I target?
Clad in a fairly almost, it looks like a old but very, when it was new, it was probably really ornate and nice looking cloak.
Alright. I'm gonna take out a syringe from my bag, and written on the syringe it says Eric. And I'm really good at throwing darts. So I'm gonna throw the syringe through the tentacles and the foam and the fire to hit the person climbing out of the ship,
Okay.
and I'm going to enlarge them.
Okay.
Did you have to like roll for that though?
I have to no.
It's unwilling. Like, you didn't ask.
Are they not willing?
They don't know what's happening, so I'm gonna make him roll.
Okay,
You didn't say anything.
How does it work though? Like, would he have to like hit him still? Like, we have to roll to hit?
No, I have to do a save.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, what kind?
I think.
Using my wonderful deck of many cards.
Oh.
Okay. Spoiler for you guys, but not for stream.
Oh my gosh.
If the target is unwilling, it can make a Constitution saving throw.
Trash. 14, which fails.
You lose.
So as the arm, you see it ripple, first starting in the palm of the hand that bursts forward, almost looking bloated, before you can see, actually now, you can see like the top of their shoulder and like the side of their head as a long-haired Gith Zerai, I have it right now. Gith Yankee. Or Githzerai. Gith. You guys can't tell exactly which one it is because you don't have a very good understanding. You've met one.
I can tell.
You can see very familiar, very similar, almost Voldemort-esque lack of nose. Very high, sharp cheekbones. This one is a very pale green with actually orange freckles smattering against her very feminine face with very long hair.
Cool.
And she has very alarmed, very like yellow eyes, like they're very wide right now. As
Let's go.
she Eric's out.
She Eric's
Okay.
out.
Next up is Gray.
I'm gonna say, run this way, as I turn my my glaive into a javelin and I throw it.
Okay, what's the range on the javelin?
Glaive.
No javelin.
Yeah. There's 3120.
Glaive. What?
3120.
I'll have you move forward one. Just you would know.
Okay.
You'll take a nice, good stepping throw to put some power behind it,
And then I pew pew.
and so that's your bonus action to do that.
Yeah. That is a 18.
18. Hits.
Nice. And then I
Hits.
this is 8 damage.
8. Okay. So as the javelin pierces in and fades almost like into a tornado before dissolving into air, and you can see a small pierce, and you can actually see a trickle of black blood coming out of it now. Because all the other damage you guys did was really magical and it wasn't really making it bleed. But that was the first real like pierce. Other than the tentacle being lopped off, but you guys were really like focused on how badass she was in that moment.
Okay.
So unless you have a bonus action you want to do,
I got nothing else.
okay. Next up is the Aboleth. And it'll worm and pull its way towards you slightly, Lonan.
Take a damage.
Yeah, we'll
It
take
has
the
to
damage.
also roll first in the web.
Okay. So what do I have to roll for the web?
Well, I'm gonna pull it up.
Who's rolling the damage for the thorns?
You just, but and we have to see if it moves first.
I might not be able to move, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You need to make a strength check.
Strength. I rolled on my strength check a 19.
You were strong enough to make your way through the
So
fog.
even though broken and frozen and bloody, it pulls its way and actually kind of slightly moves over top of this Gith woman. But you can still see the hand poking through. As it moves slightly forward, you feel the piercing damage. The slashing or piercing, whatever.
It's slashing. 6.
6 as it pulls and its skin is being like almost flayed off of it as it moves forward. But Lonan, you feel an almost like hatred and anger as this screech wells from inside of you, and you start screaming too, as you have to roll a Constitution saving throw. No, sorry, Wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, he's
Nat 20.
Wow.
Nat 20. As
Can
you
I like screech
feel,
back at it? Like,
yeah, you can yell back at it.
Okay.
And as you feel it trying to, you can feel tentacles moving
Cool.
from the base of your feet, even though it's not touching you, moving up your body, trying to encompass and wrap your mind and pull yourself from you. You scream back, and push, almost like in Avatar at the very finale with the blue and orange light. You push the tentacles out of you again.
I remember that.
And then it is your turn again, Lawman.
All right. He's kind of right in front of me, right?
Oh yeah, it's within. It's not within 10 feet. It's within
10 feet.
It's within 10 feet. There's a gap.
Okay, I'm gonna step back.
Okay.
Probably about maybe 15 or so feet away.
Does it get attack of opportunity?
No, because it wasn't.
Yes, it does.
Oh wait, whoa!
It has reach.
It has reach. Big
Blair's
tentacles.
moving, so whatever.
Big tents.
Big tents.
Big tents.
Tense.
That is a 17 to hit.
Ugh, yeah, it hit.
Okay, as the tentacle katoons
I think it was
out.
that close.
It katoons you.
It katoons out. You have to make a Constitution saving throw. As you take 12.
The Constitution saving throw, you get +3.
Yeah, you do.
Matter.
You do.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
So 9.
9. Was that with +3?
Yeah.
So you take. You take 11
Yeah.
bludgeoning damage
Yeah.
as it slaps out of you, and you feel that slimy tingling sensation pierce into your body, unlike it was unable to do to Grace, and it would not have been able to be done to Gray anyways, because you were immune to disease. But as this disease and mucus and slime digs and penetrates your body, you just feel awful. You feel terrible.
Like sunscreen, but evil.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I can attack it though. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can attack.
Okay.
Try to be cooler than that.
Yeah. Now we can attack it then.
Not to talk to now.
All right. Arrows, but let's do some sharpshooter action.
Oh, sharpshooter action, sweet. Let's do it. So what's it first? Let's say it without
11.
sharpshooter.
It's 11. Oh, without sharpshooter?
It's
So 19.
19 to
It should be
hit.
14 then, without sharpshooter. With sharpshooter.
Because -5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 14. So that misses. You said 11 before, and I'm like,
Well, that's what I rolled. Is 11. Yeah.
oh, okay. So no, that misses. So the arrow flies wide.
Do it
It goes
again.
above, and it goes into the darkness around you.
With sharpshooter, if I roll a nat 20, does that not even count at all?
Yeah, it does.
Because it's still -5.
We'll that's a case by case. We'll
Yeah.
cross that bridge when we get to
I'll
it.
do,
Critical
another,
hit.
I'll do another sharpshooter. I rolled a 3.
Okay. It was both attack. Like that attack would have missed anyways.
Yeah.
So the second arrow flies wide, and you're tracking your arrows, right?
yeah.
You're
Okay.
like holding the arrow backwards. You shoot the quiver, like the feathers out.
So next up,
It's just a
you'll
thing.
see the body of the Gith move underneath as they attempt to shove the aboleth off of them.
They have extra strength. Advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, they're smart. They know what happened.
Gosh.
You're welcome, random gift.
Whoa, that is a let me do my aboleth one. Oh, I rolled bad. Okay, so you guys see the aboleth, and you hear like ah! As the aboleth gets pushed and kind of like topples sideways onto the
Island.
It's halfway off of the island right now. It's like in the void. As this large, this is the only like
Oh
large
my
creature I
gosh.
have right now. This large, cloaked, freckled Gith woman stands at her full height. And she's probably like 13 feet tall right now, or something gross like that. Maybe not that tall. Like 10, 11 feet tall. Very tall right now.
That's a big woman.
But still incredibly lithe and almost like if it was a human, you guys would have said she looks very sickly.
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. Very thin, very waif-like. And that was their action. So, next up is Ryan. Actually, they were both at the same time because they shoved and they only did a little bit. They'll both jump. And Ryan will dash towards you guys.
Attack of opportunity.
Against,
It used its reaction already, though.
yes, it did. So there's no attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
So Ryan will
Oh, jeez.
run,
Whoa.
sprint
Did she
straight
dash?
at you. Yeah. So sprint and be like, go!
All right.
At this point, we're all turning around. I'm assuming they're running.
Yeah.
All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. Top of the round.
All right.
Oh wait, roll damage.
Why?
It's it's outside of the fire now. Is the
It burns up in an action and it's gone.
no? It's each square.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of squares.
Like Minecraft. That's how I'm picturing it.
I know.
It's actually a really good analogy for
Yeah.
how it burns. Okay.
Okay. Tanaculum, come on.
It's not going to ooze onto your body.
And I'll hold him close, and then I'll go over to the edge, and I'm going to hold my action to like fall off when everyone's with me, because we
Okay.
all have to do it together.
Okay. And so next up is Gray.
I will also go towards the rope, and I'm planning on just roping down. I'll hold my action to like when everyone's like there
Not
and
very
ready to
cool.
go.
Okay. So next up is
Stay vigilant.
the aboleth. And the aboleth is just gonna mind screech again. And it'll crawl.
Oh no.
You can roll your slashing damage.
Is it still every time?
Is it just the first time?
No, I don't think it fades. Just
Really?
roll your damage. I'm giving you free damage.
Yeah, each turn. Yeah.
I'm
'Cause
giving you free damage.
it's all sliced up. Every time it moves, that's a good ability.
Yeah, 8.
8. See, that's good.
a lot.
It
Okay.
is every time it moves. Yeah.
As it moves closer to you, and you feel those tentacles moving up your body once again,
Ah.
as you have to make a wisdom saving throw.
The chicken daddy.
Wisdom or Constitution? 'Cause that's
It's
Wisdom.
a chicken tendies.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
3.
3.
As you feel Lonan. Give me your character sheet.
What?
It
As
took,
you feel
it took over your body.
your free will fade.
No!
No.
What?
And Gray,
way.
you see Lonan's arms kind of go drop as his bow clatters to the ground. As he draws his rapier, stabs at the gift beside him.
No!
So Lonan, what the hell is your stuff on this?
Yeah, Travis's messy, disgusting character.
So as Lonan hits with his fierce rapier strike, dealing 10 damage to this girl.
The ultimate betrayal.
Ah! As she cries out.
So
And the
take
second attack, and that's a nat 1. So actually, she manages to smash her hand as you drop your rapier.
Oh no.
So next up is that bee. That bee. And that bee is going to turn to you, Lonan, and look you deep in the eyes. The hollow eyes. And you can see all of this happening. Trapped in a little cage of tentacles and slime, covered in mucus, but you can see out of your eyes, unable to control your body. But you can see this gift woman, very tall and posing, looking down at you. And you can see kindness in her eyes. She smiles, and she whispers to you, "Let's just leave. Go down the rope with your friends. I'll come too." As you have to make a I believe it's a wisdom saving throw.
Is she trying to do friends or something?
Charm.
Suggestion.
Suggestion. That's what my guess was.
Yeah.
You said sure.
What is it?
So you can make I'll let you roll. So you can do a wisdom saving throw.
You rolled an
I rolled an 8.
An 8, good. So you
Well, plus
feel
8 plus whatever it is. I
yeah,
guess.
it's not high enough. This is it's not high enough.
She's strong.
So as you feel your minds, like you feel a spike of icy cold, like icicles and frost, kind of flood the tentacles as they flee and go back for a moment, and you feel them taking over instead. As you can feel yourself begin to walk towards the rope and start to descend.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then she will do the same.
And I held my
And
action.
so will Ryuan. And you guys can all
Me and Gray will
jump
hold
off.
hands and go.
and fall.
Oh, you don't. If you want to take the rope, you can take the rope.
No, let's do the same way we did the first.
That's
time.
what I was thinking.
So the other, everybody else is like panicking going down the rope as fast as they can. But Lonan, you are like slowly, hand over hand, going down as the frost, and you can feel the obelisk trying to grasp, to constrict, and take control once again. And you can hear a small voice. Please don't leave. And that's all we'll end tonight's session.
What?
Thank you guys all for tuning in to yet another night of All Fun and Dice.
Oh my.
Sorry for us missing so many of our players tonight. Unforeseen circumstances and just like life in general can get in the way sometimes. I'm glad everybody tuned in anyways. I'm glad I had my 3 wonderful players here tonight to play anyways and experience the adventure. If you guys want to keep up with us, otherwise, you can follow us at Funny Games TV on Twitter to follow Travis and see all of his shenanigans. You can follow our Instagram page, AllFunNDice, at AllFunNDice. If you haven't seen all the episodes, and this is maybe your first time tuning in, or you tuned in more recently, you really want to see all these weird, funny, wacky moments that the Undertons have explored, you can go to AllFunNGames at youtube.com. We have all of the uploads there, and if this is your first one and you don't want to listen to 30 other episodes, we have a fantastic recap voiced by Travis himself, and he is that is for the first 29 episodes.
Yeah. And they're also on Spotify as well too.
Yes, they are. Is that All Fun and Dice on Spotify?
Yep, All Fun and Dice.
All Fun and Dice on Spotify. So if you don't want to watch us and see our beautiful faces and just be soothed to sleep or make it through your workday by my dulcet tones and my party's dulcet tones, follow us there as well. Thank you guys all again for tuning in, and don't forget to
Stick
stick
around.
around.